you bubble. My name is Dwyer, you are so low. I will put this in your clerk of that. Tell Kunye in the Anibio. I give a book, you know, who does a humanaba? Who does a humanaba? I saw a book, you know, who does a humanaba? Yes, I will not say friends with all you who does a humanaba. Who does a humanaba? You pretend on who does a humanaba. I saw my so good at what you have brother, you know. Who can you away? I can't know my boy, if I am yes, I got who can you away? Ah, Mamma Paco Monique, Niacusaria Boya to feel. Ne puka gadwate Asiara pampe dogu kaya keke popora ya shoto gugu Ngeto yanga uwe yemenuwe Waki solo ya ukude Tira kwesana ya papa utopo yeponebe Noza ya pawe apogwa komandama Yanga obikwe bakamana na wolona Then you go back on Bapere. Yaka, you know, Pinana near the Gato. My water dog, one I thought he meant who I got. Resist it to Joel. But let's also, Mr. Prince, make a look good. He won't talk a giant Kamaka, where's the Kappa? Kato, if you have a boy, yes, I know Yato. Papa, I pass so fine, I see Lango. Mama will keep fine, Buka Yanga. I Buka no, but one a man up. Buka be the Panda, be a dog, be the Panda, be Charakato, but yeah, Papa. Yapamane found that you might get no Yapama. Uruntu abontogo amakere perajiza Aso gudaka rose kado jesu akomene Mazapara lo kere menu koma ye unkoma se Mika kwitwe kare kwemwe Kapatu yene kakwede ye mambo banu Grase ya mga dioma tade ibode Yaka wa ye gemwe se uta ye makwe kora shopete Chocape, Papa Tanka Paya Dennis, DKD, Kaso, Mogo Aaron Suber, Mutombo, Dr. Andrew Muge, Buka Yanawe, Buka Tangwa Mana, Papa Dua, Pom Pluma, Buka Birape, so Bama Quata and Boya Plume, Papa, you know, quite good here, you don't know. Ego mwe pyaga ya wokonu twapya Wedi ado kwa pro mekanika ya lupu Matrapo ikwe ya dotogu wasa Papa to ikwe ya todo itrogu Buka yanawe Ati ababeka itro ya kuwa botra kanya Makontra kapio mambo trogu kapere yenu Buka yanawe Uno pingi ndio pia unu chwana kabusi Nega kwa moka konsila kunga kwa dia sigo Yeba no sipie to ibru waka wa mara Ya sombo etera pepo yu ake sombo Sombo meki ya kwasa ya masobo yiba kubate Tike waiwe sobo kone kakola Prise maga yentio koro kapro kunu Eka sans premier Moussa Mata, que vin, mon bon petit Romain. C'est quoi nous, Soko, Soka Yawo. Buka Yanawe, Maudaka, mais pour dans la voie. Yana Tasama, Nabo, le poisson. Buka Bira Kini, Bira Jacka, Bira Cabe. Bitanya Baprene. Agbetu abra manore ye moto ye do mwe do kra kwa kwato manyeba ye yes ye lo ple ko ba de se do wo je ple le pain pas les would a pétain or to mama mama yaka clear can't trago nya bato yako so kwa pumba ku pa dia si amia ya sapasi ye kwa dia ku e mama ye kya kone buka ye na we kono ka pese ya do sanu kine kakatoto wa ku kwa kine to kalasi 2024 kwene ya si ekle na kweye kwa ye no na kwene ya dia no ka pese ka ya no senjo kane jiro ye ka kei kwa ka pe ye ka pare ka menuko wa we ato yi pora no na ya pora no na to yi dale peka ka yi boga yi kwa unto ya la bete ka ko ka yi basika no ndo mara da ku bunda to apodu pora ka pe ya ka wo bi anu ye gen so belo ye pe ka yi si o to kwa ba pon ka kwa yi let's go yi ne ba ka polu ka na se ko papa sawe makana patana ansu soare so bana job SD na goma aso ba ku ka yelo nan do so ba so ye yo ba play gabasi me mata bio so ba ga wera aso ba ku ka yelo ku ta sa manaba Akimbe kuga yelo, uoda sa umanaba.
They were the side man, no, Yalaba, or Yakon. That was a baby dog where Bob is the record by your summer. This is when I come on well. Second, your mother, tell him, Massy, Mamma, won't drop one more. Second, your mother, tell him, Massy, Mamma, won't drop one more. Bob is the record by your summer. Bob is a mother, I take a boozy away, see us, was your dance, and look at Boozy up, yes, yeah. Membrode, you can't go bypass you. Put away every today. Coca-Cola.
It is a beautiful day, a very beautiful, beautiful Sunday from my end here. And I'd like to say welcome to all of you who've been monitoring the show here. Please help to share this link with somebody and let somebody share with somebody so we can have a wonderful, good discussion here this evening. It's officially 10 minutes past 8 o'clock in Liberia, and it's 10 minutes past 10 o'clock here in Rwanda. I want to say thank you again. Welcome to the heat hour here on BKS TV. On the heat hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. So whatever way we discuss our issues on this TV platform, we do not disrespect anybody. We just have our dialogue and we do not confront anyone with those conversations. We say words from our mouth and we are not taking bullets to shoot anyone. So that's it. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, good discussion here this evening. I'd like to say welcome to the show, all of you. We have a lot of things on our plate here this evening to discuss. But today's show is going to be exciting. It's going to be great. It's going to be super, super heavy. We will be joined subsequently by our CEO, Mr. Alvin Sehkar Sr. He will be joining us this evening, the very first time to appear on BKS TV. A lot to be discussed by the CEO. So many wonderful plans that will be unveiled here today, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful long conversation with him too as well. From the international scene, residents of Los Angeles took on the street today to protest. I mean, we will bring you details about that story here too as well. In Liberia too, the former vice president of Liberia, Madam Joa Howard Taylor, visited South Beach today. Those lawmakers that were sent yesterday to South Beach, Madam Joa Howard Taylor visited those lawmakers today. And subsequently too, the former president of the Republic of Liberia, George Weah, also went at the South Beach prison to visit those lawmakers. We will bring you more information and more details about those visits by those two top officials of our country. And we will also go into district number 5. As we all know, we have a pending by-election within the district. So we are going to go there to have some wonderful conversation with you folks that will be joining us here this evening. I can confirm. Welcome to the show, Alfonso.
Thank you.
It's great always having you.
You're welcome, John. I want to say thanks to our people. Good evening to Nimba. Good evening to Liberians. Good evening to the people of Buyao, my heartbeat.
Welcome once again, Alfonso.
Thank you.
So we will be joined this evening by Mr. Alvin Sehkar Sr., the CEO of BKS Foundation, Voice of BKS in Butuo, and BKS TV. He will be joining us to tell us much more about his activities in the country. He will be telling us about BKS in its totality. When I mean in its totality, it involves the foundation itself, the radio station in Butuo, and that of this TV platform. I mean, a lot of projects are on his hands. So we're going to be discussing everything. So I think you came heavily loaded to ask him all of the necessary questions ranging from the students' need and everything you're going to ask him here today. Again, we will be joined by one of the sons of District number 5. One of the sons of District number 5 will be joining us this evening. DK Wei will be joining us to discuss District number 5 politics.
That's great.
It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful conversation here. But before we dive into today's conversation, what's on your mind, Alfonso?
Well, as a loyalist and a patriotic citizen of Liberia, I always thought of good things for my country, for my people, and yeah, on my mind there are so many issues and so many things to be thinking about our country, our people, our citizenry, mainly in Buyao and around Nimba. And today maybe we will start to showcase some of what is on our mind. Take into consideration the dignitaries that are coming on the show, Mr. Alvin Sehkar, my own senior brother, DK Way, the former COS of to Samuel Koga. I think, yeah, we will be hitting up here today about the past work of Samuel Koga. I mean, function as COS, and now he has traveled to the state, a resident of the United States. We'll try to engage him on some and see how he tried to improve the district. What message he got for the young people? And because he's a young man like you and I, so he got to share some, some of the difficulties and the successes he had with us on the shore, and encouraging our people of Buyao to see how we can, with the exception, I mean, with the diverse background of political ideology, how we can come together to rebuild our country, our district, and our children and clans. Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's it.
You have been one of the biggest fan of the current senator Samuel Koga. Do you think when DK Wonsali appear here today, you will hit him up with all of the necessary questions you're supposed to hit him with?
Well, to say I was one of the fan, not exactly. So he DK Way is aware that I wasn't actually a fan of Samuel Koga, but politics. It just you have to take your side. I was not a particular candidate, fan in Buya. I was just part of the youth that were pushing the progression of our country, our district. So I was not just a particular fan. I was part of Radio Bios. I was part of we had to some point in time in 2010 when we were recruiting people for for that particular area to become a district. I was also part of the movement of Koga. He met with all who were students, how they call it, leaders back in Ganta 2009, 2010. I was part of so many groups, even the late how they call the late represent. I mean, say yeah, expiring from the your chief down there. I forget his name. So there are so many of those guys I was part of, and they what would be what be my imagination now is for you to just say
You
a
mean
heavy thing from your Koga.
you be a loyalist to the country and a loyalist to government. I do believe that you support whosoever that the government brings up to say this is our candidate. So I'm thinking two way. I don't know if you will want to take the side of a DK way today to maybe preach the message of Samuel Koga at the House of the Senate, or you want to hit him up with all of the necessary questions to satisfy the desires of the people. Because, I mean, a lot of things happened during the regime of Samuel Koga in District number 5. A lot of things happened. I don't know. You know more about District number 5 than I do. So, I don't know whether that's going to be a 50-50 discussion between you and DK, or you're going to take this side of DK to preach the message of Samuel Koga.
And so, John, the issue of being a loyalist to the country and a loyalist to the government. I'm a loyalist to the country, but not a loyalist to the government. But I support
Okay.
the agenda of any government I can win, as far as long as the agenda is in the interest of the people of Liberia, I support it strongly. So in politics, when the campaign time comes, sometimes we go like maybe a logo here, sometimes because we take our side. But after that, when the government is instituted, we all form part of the government now to see how we can move our country forward. The issue of DK, taking a side, bringing maybe I don't know which candidate is bringing. Let's see and hear from him whether in part of he's siding with the government candidate or he's not siding with government candidate. Then we can see how to address the issue. But to say I'm siding with government candidate, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I will be siding with government candidate. I will be siding with the person who had the interest of the people of Nimba, not specifically the government candidate. I don't know who will be the government candidate. Whether it can be somebody who do not have the interest of the people of Nimba, then I support because that's the government. No, I can't do that. I only want to see people who have the interest of the people of Buyao, the people of Nimba. That's the person I support.
That's great. For me, I remain neutral though. I am not supporting anyone. I don't know whether there is a candidate in the race. I remain who I am.
I don't, I
So
don't, I don't, I don't want you to be the Tiawan Gonglo, Alexander Kumi to remain neutral and everything. No, no, no. I have to take a side. Yeah, you have to take your side, brother. So we can make decision. Don't just be neutral. Anyway, as a journalist, sometimes maybe the profession, some of you find yourself, you just have to be neutral because if you are not neutral, people wouldn't take you serious. Yeah, anytime you want to interview and they will say no, they will start to bring no kind of skip something. But for us, we are not journalists, so we have to play our part. Hey, it's your man.
And so, I mean, we didn't go to our first discussion, but the CEO is already here. Welcome, CEO.
Welcome. Hold on. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
you are
yeah.
here.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, we are new to this, so trying to make sure that everything works well. Okay.
Okay,
Great.
that's
There
good.
you go. Yeah, Alfonso.
Yeah, Mr. Seka, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Nice to meet you, at least virtually. Thank you so much for working with my son Junior to co-host our platform.
Oh yeah, he's my little brother. Yeah.
I was telling
Yeah.
someone. So we are still in the testing phases, right? We're still trying to test the water to see how this whole thing works. So we haven't really kicked off yet, and he has been doing a really good job at running this platform. He and the rest of the team in Liberia. I first like to recognize all of them and appreciate them. I have my nephew Takwa Sewa, who's running it in Liberia, the BKS TV, and we have Abraham Yanzi. I mean, all my sons, they're all my sons. We got Abraham, we got Sipo Yanzi Jr., and then we got Rosaline. So yeah, we have a little bit of team that we are starting. We look forward to seeing where this will take us. I've had several interests from several of my friends here in the States who are actually looking forward to join us in the future and making this platform the biggest platform out there.
That's
That's
great.
a good idea. I appreciate the idea, and I think we as a citizen from that particular region we will try to encourage other guys around to come and join. It is good to do this. Far back in those days, there were no platform like this. We verbally just say some things all around to hear it across. It was like difficult, and to have something like that, I think is good. It's a good idea. I appreciate you for that, and I pray that it had it gained a good momentum in our politics, and the citizen embrace it. The only thing I'm thinking about is the network issue in our district is the only thing. Yeah, the obstacle now is a network issue that we have to be talking to our leaders to allow the companies operating there to improve on their network so that we can do this thing. I think it's good. Yeah, I really appreciate your effort.
Thank you. We'll let our host, Mr. Payne, take over here soon. But before we do, they have this perception. I don't know how old you guys are, but you guys are probably young. When people think about District 5, when people think about Mutual, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh man, that's where the war started, right? That's where the war started. That's the signature point of view that most people have about Mutual. But we are trying to change that dynamic. We have a radio station in Mutual now. I know we'll talk about that in the future. Since 2019, it's been running. We never had that before. And the reason why we have not had this type of platform there is also because of the lack of network. But we're getting there. From what I understood is we have Cellcom over there now, and people are getting network when it comes to the internet and stuff. So yeah, I'll let Gion take over, and we're gonna have a good show. I think Gion hit on it. We got one of my hard-headed, stubborn Gion brother DK Way. One of our staunch follower here. He's been giving me a hard time. Bring me on. So we'll bring him on later on. We'll finish with our BKS thing, and we'll talk about BKS. Then we'll get to the booyah politics. Then we'll bring him on because he's the political guru, one of the political gurus of booyah politics. So, but I'll let John take over.
Again, CEO, like you said, welcome to the show. It's been a while. I mean, maybe since the establishment of this TV, this is the first time you are appearing physically like this to have a long and a lengthy conversation. So, like I said, thank you and welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
But before we get started to like drag you from one end to another with all of the questions we have, let's hear what you have on your mind in regards to Liberia, where you currently reside, in everything before we go to our BKS stuff. What do you have in mind?
Liberia is a place that I personally cherish dearly. I was born in Liberia. I left from there at the age. I left from Liberia at the age of 8. Moved to Ivory Coast after the death of our father during the Civil War. So I grew up in Ivory Coast with my mom and the rest of our family. But I still had that love for Liberia in my heart. So we crossed from Ivory Coast from Danane to Butuo. I spent a couple of times there. That's where I played football in Butuo. I went to school in Butuo. I made farm. It's funny. I went the last time. One of those years, I went to Butuo and I was identifying with everybody there, all my friends that I used to hang out with, and I was calling them by names and speaking Gio fluently. And the kids were all surprised. I said, "Wow, the man can speak Gio. The man still remember me? Oh, he still remember me." So that's how much love I have for the country. I've been in this country for 22 years. 22 years, going to 23 years. I went to school here. I did my undergrad here. I did my master's here and everything. But I still have that love for Liberia as a whole. Great. So I keep going back all the time. I go to Liberia every year. I think once a year or twice a year because of the love of the country. Not really much for anything else, but it just feels different. I tell friends that when you're going to Liberia, how when you get in the plane, you're about to land, then the pilot will say, talk about we're about to land in Liberia, we're about to land in Monrovia, and it will start giving all that little spiel. That feeling is just different when you hear about Liberia, that you're going home, even though you live in the best country in the world, but going home, it's just different. So I've already had that heart to give back to Liberia. That's what I keep doing, what I'm doing, and God has been providing for us, and He has been blessing. So our goal is to make Liberia great. And as they say in the Bible, that when Jesus Christ was about to start His ministry, where did He start? He started right in His home. So that's why I picked Buyao to be where to start, and that's where we've been doing our work. So that's a little vision and I have about Liberia, and hoping to see how everything will come to fruition, helping in any way possible that we can help.
I mean, you love Liberia with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. Just to bring you back to this December 8th saga at the Capitol building, you've been following the story closely, and day before yesterday, 5 lawmakers were indicted with all of the heaviest charges you can think of in the revised penal code of Liberia. What do you have to say about that? What's your take on that issue? I don't want to carry you far up, but maybe we can stop on that and we go strictly to BKS.
Yeah. As you know me, I don't get too much involved into the politics and all that. Even when it comes to our local politics or national politics, I try to stay away from it. But every human has some political thing in there, right? So my take is, the respect for the rule of law. Allow the law to take its course and let it be done, correctly, without any type of political undertone or without any type of biases. So that's my take on it. I don't know much details about it, but I will hope that the police or law enforcement, even in this country, is the same thing, right? Allow the law to take its course, and whoever is held, responsible for what happened, which was very bad. To look at the country Capitol building being burned, it reminds me of what happened here in the U.S. on January 6th with what happened at the Capitol building here in the U.S. So it's almost the same thing. So allow the law to take its course. It happened here. They are doing the same thing. Who all did that? They are going through the legal system. If you are held accountable, if you are guilty, and then you serve whatever consequence that comes with that. But I just hope that everything remains peaceful, because I personally hate to see Liberia when it comes to any type of riots, because it brings back that bad memory. And I just every time I see that, I cringe and I pray that everyone stay calm and obey the rules of law.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Also, before we go to the discussion of BKS, do you have any questions for the CEO?
Well, I think we are now going far into the discussion here, so I don't think I have a question for now.
I mean, what
The
town you
thing,
from?
I'm from Yaoglale.
Oh, okay. Nika man. Oh, yeah. You
No,
say Yao, right? Okay, from Yao. Okay, okay. Yeah.
I was part of the I think the launch of the BKS in somewhere around I think before after 2017 or before 2017 something
Was
like
it
that.
the one in Butuo?
No, in Butuo.
Yeah, that was 2015. The one where my friend
Yeah,
DK, I was going Tico, Yole, and
yeah,
yeah,
Samuel Kogar, all of over there. Yeah,
yeah, it was in Butuo, 2015.
yeah.
That's great. So, CEO, now to the major reason you are here today. Let's start firstly with the foundation. How is it like with you running the foundation? Give us the entire history of BKS Foundation and all of the sub branches, including the radio station and this TV station. Give us a rundown, the entire history of this thing, because folks that are joining would like to know what is BKS, what does BKS stands for, and what have been the impact of BKS. So everybody want to know these things tonight. Let's get into it.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. BKS Foundation, a small organization that has made so much impact in our people's life in Nimba, Mbuya. It has become a household name now. I think most people know what BKS Foundation is. But BKS actually stands for Benjamin Alvin Sehkar. That's the name of my late father, who was also a journalist at the EAW station in the 80s. Someone who cares so much about Nima. In fact, my siblings and I learned how to speak Gio from Monrovia because we were not born in Nimba, we were born in Monrovia. So our father had a rule where, you go out there, you speak your English all day. When you come home, you speak Gio. So when the war came, we went to Butua. We're very fluent at Gio. There was no problem with that. So Omen had passion for his for humanity. He wanted to give back. He loved District 5, everyone in Nima County as a whole. So he wanted to do that, but unfortunately, he never had the chance to be able to live his dream out. So after we went to the exile, he was killed during the war. We went to the exile. I've always had that in the back of my head that one day if I get the opportunity, I will do something to remember his legacy. How do I pay back in terms of someone that didn't do anything to anyone who just got killed. So the best way to remember him was to do something, build something in his memory. But I didn't have the means at that time when I was in exile. So when I came to the States, I started going to school, but yet and still I had that dream. I went through college. I graduated in 2008. By that time, I was still not in the position to be able to help. I went to graduate school when I started working on my master's. I did my master's for 2 years. Towards the end of your program, you do this. I think in library called thesis, but it was a huge project that we had to do, business plan, and then after you do your business plan, you present it. So I did my own non-for-profit organization. I did it on BKS Foundation. I said, I want to start a non-for-profit organization. I want to help underprivileged kids in Nima, kids who are actually going through what I went through because I know what it takes to go to bed without food. I know what it takes to try to go to school, but no school fees and no one to help. I know that. So I want to start a foundation that will be able to help people like this, right? So I created a whole business plan. I did the presentation during my last day of class. One of my friends, who also he's one of the board members, called Dr. Allison here in Indiana, and then he called me to the side. He said, have you thought about actually implementing everything you just put on paper? And I laughed. I said, yeah, I thought about it, but I don't have money. I don't know where I'm going to get money from to start an organization like that. He said, yeah, you need to do that. So I started thinking about it. My late friend, one of my friends, they call him Dante Don. He was a childhood friend. We grew up together. May his soul rest in peace. And I reached out to him. I said, my man, we need to do something. I want us to start, you know, uh, not-for-profit organization. Here's what I think this, started. So we started with $250. I sent it to him. He recruited a few students. He paid their school fees, and then the rest is history. So $250, from $250 down to where we are. So from there, we started building the organization. I have a lot of friends in Liberia who have helped me over the years. Abdul Maluba, Simeon Wapo, Darius Guad, the late Yekage, Tico Yole, all those people helped me throughout my journey when I was Marvin Swa, the late Noah Tour. They all helped me. We started building the organization little by little, and from there we found out they would register that in the states here, because BKS is an international organization registered both in Liberia and here in Indiana. 501c3. We are tax exempt by the government of the United States, and all that. So we started doing that. So, and then the vision started growing from 2015, and I remember 27, was it 17 or 15? We took, during Ebola time, I forgot what year it was. We took a 40-feet container to Buyao with medical supplies, first of its kind, for a small charity to do stuff like that. We've helped thousands of students across Buyao, across Liberia, from the community college to all schools except for Cuttington University. We help students from high school. We help them a lot. We did all that. And then we have our students who graduated, who benefited from our scholarship, who are in Nimba and Buyao now, who can attest to that. And then from there, we did the launching that Alfonso just mentioned in 2017. Was it no 15? And then while we were doing the launching, one of my father's friends came to me and he asked me, he said, I know you guys are doing scholarship, because that's where we started, scholarship, providing scholarship and stuff. And he said, have you thought about, establishing a radio station in your father's memory? Because that's what he did. That's what he lived for. That was his passion. And I said, well, I thought about it. What the woman said, I think this is something that really needs to be looked into. So I came back to the States and I started, thinking about it. I started working through, raised a little bit of funds here and there. And we started in 2000. We started 2000, was it 18, 17, 2017. But I didn't know radio station was political, right? Yeah, I had no clue radio station was political. And we needed it, with the help of the current senator, Honorable Koga, a few others, and we started the process a little by little by. So the mistake we made was when we built the building itself first, and then we announced it to our people who said this is going to be a radio station. So after we built the building, and then we started working out the paper, and it was not easy. Yeah. Roadblocks after roadblock, people stepping on it left and right, could not go anywhere. So 3 years we started doing that thing. 2 years we did everything I could. We couldn't get it. So one day I packed my bag and said, I'm going to Butu. If this station doesn't come back on, I'm not coming back to the States. And then people started asking, why happened to our radio station? A radio station put that door, why we don't make it? They got in the button. People started, our people from our area people started laughing, people started mocking at us. It was very bad. It was tough. So it got to me until I got in the plane, and I went I was there for a month and 2 weeks. Yeah, I started working after the building was there, but just to get so what I did was I bought the equipment, everything. I got everything. I ordered from Europe. Everything was on ground, and I just went and said, we have to get this done by the grace of God. So we started working on them. The late PYJ, when things got tough, my friend, Mark Blum. I mean, I had to go. A lot of heavy hands were involved. That's how tough radio station is. How political, how very detailed it is. So I had to go to PYJ. PYJ had to get involved before I got the frequency, and then we got the frequency, and then Lone Star was able to allow us to use their tower, and then pack our things. We went to town. The rest of the equipment, like the microphones and all this stuff, my boys and I went to town. We bought it the next day. We were on our way to Butu. We went there and started the installation. Worked all night. I think it was around 4 o'clock. I got tired. I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. My friend who did the installation, Manka Wingby, called me at 4 in the morning. He said, Mr. Sehkar? I said, yeah. He said, congratulations. We are live on air. It was the first of its kind to have a radio station in Booyah. That was 2019, April. And from there, the station is still there. And now people don't go to Benway or Zoneway or all those places, Complete. They just go right down the hill there, give that little thing and then use the station. The station has been helping our people there. So that's one aspect of our foundation. And then the next thing we're doing now too is we're building a school in Bond. We got 6 acres of land in Bond that we're building school because we were giving scholarships out to people. So we decided to, instead of giving scholarships out to students, why can't we have our own school, right? Instead of spending $4,000, $5,000 to each school here and there every year, we could use that, have our own school, and then either do low-cost tuition and then maybe offer a scholarship to our own school and then pay our own teachers. So we are in the process of that now. Our goal is to have the school up and running by next year, by the grace of God. It was supposed to be this year, but I had some issues in our family. I lost my sister this year, so it just threw everything, downward. So I won't be able to make any trip to Liberia. So next year, hopefully, we'll have the school up and running, and we'll go from there. So that's the 2 components we have. We have the radio station, we have the school, and then most recently we did a water project. I don't know if the next time we come on here, I'll try to show pictures. So we built a water reservoir in Butu. My Butu people kept pounding me and say, "Oh, you're doing all the thing there. You're not doing nothing in Butu. You don't want to do the thing in your hometown and all that." So we did a water reservoir where we built a structure, and then we dug a hole. I think it's 90 feet deep borehole. A little expensive too because you had to get the equipment and the trucks from Monrovia to go there, and then we have the whole system solar panel, right? And the DC pumps the water from down, supply the tank upstairs, the tank that filter that, and then supply the other tanks down. So we also had that, something that we are testing. The goal is to see, how it runs, how effective it is, the impact from June last year to June this year. We'll have the data to compare what happened before and what happened after. If it's something that is very needed, that is needed in the district, that is fruitful, beneficial to our people, then we'll try to do it in other towns, in other cities, in other towns. We'll raise funds to do it in other towns. So that's the third component to our foundation, involving purified water, providing clean drinking water to our people, and we all know the importance of clean drinking water around the world. And then most recently, this online platform. In fact, I started this with one of my friends, my Peking, Christopher, the guy that got Radio Nima, not Radio Nima, Nima TV. I started this 2020, but we never had network in Butu in our district. So we didn't continue, we just stopped it. So recently the momentum came up. My Peking Elijah told me that they have cell coming in District 5 now, and we started exploring options, and then the dream of having an online TV platform, streaming platform came into place. And this is where we are today. So what we're doing now is it's several components. We got the radio station, which is separate. Every one of them fall on a BKS foundation, right? We got a radio station that is in Butuo that is managed by George Toma, and then we have the school, we have the water project, and then we have the online TV platform. So the goal is to make this a little different. We don't want to be like everyone else. The goal is to make our platform different, not just online streaming platform, but to modernize it, to make things different. And I really feel that it will be there, will get there, because when we started a radio station, it was just like this. We started small like this. And as time went by, we are where we are now. So the name is there, the brand name has already been built. BKS Foundation is here to stay. And I think this platform will really help us because it's going to mix it up, both international news, local news, traditional news, focusing on our district, Nimba County in particular. District 5 will be our top priority, and to bridge that gap between folks in the diaspora and then folks at home. And we look forward to everyone coming on board, everyone helping and making this a great platform. So I'll stop there for now. We can't hear you.
You are muted, John. You are muted. Okay.
I'm okay now, right?
Yeah, better.
Great. So I was saying thank you, CEO. I listened to all of those beautiful things you said. I was actually admiring them, and I was actually going asleep for a while. But we have to ask you some of these maybe questions. Where is the school located in Lima or Liberia?
The school is in Ban. You know, when you're going to our district, Booyah district, when you go down our hill, it's to the left. It's not on the main road. You have to go all the way in. It's to the left there. So it's not far from Ban town itself. In fact, the guy who's heading my project there, he told me that because when we started, it was in the bush, right? It was far. Now they got houses all around there. People have built all around there because they saw the project that we are undertaking there. So they want to build everywhere. So it's not far from the town. It's in Ban, Nima County. We strategically picked that location because it's going to service everybody, folks from Buyao, Tapeta, Seklepie, and all around there. So that's why we picked that. So it's in Ban.
Great. Hey, Afonso, before I go further, do you have any question for the CEO?
Well, CEO, unlike the other guys around, for me, I'm like jealous of development. I'm jealous of development, improvement, and some scientific thinking. I'm very jealous of that. So I want to appreciate you for your deliberation, for your thinking. I really want to appreciate you for that. We have seen around Nimba the development on the increase in Nimba. Mainly when you go to district like District 1, District 2, District 7, probably sometimes District 6, you can see development all around. But when you getting around the Zoge belt, where we have Zoge, how they call it, Buyao, as administrative district and electoral district, the development is very low to the point that we don't have even access to road, access to safe drinking water, and so many stuff. And breaking this idea, I want to understand from you, do you, with all of your great idea, do you foresee Buyao creating an avenue of developing a mini city? If yes, what do you think will be possible to be done and where in that part of Buyao? That's my first question. And the second one has to do with the educational system of our area. Now you just mentioned because of the scholarship, the expenses and other stuff, if you spending the 4,000 a year, or a month on scholarship, I think that can be something for teachers to be taking salary. I don't think you will be creating another job. I see thanks, providing services to the student populace is a good idea. But what are you thinking about Buto Central High, a Sewado public school in Blode? What are you thinking about that?
So, to the first question about the development of our district, Buyao is one of the political districts that I've ever seen. Anything in Buyao, when you say this, the people take it politically, right? Take, for example, you see Ganta, District 1 Ganta. You see how developed it is? Most of the developments over there are done by citizens themselves, right? Not politicians. Most of the development there. And I take Ganta for example because I go there all the time and I ask these questions. So I think the best way for our district, you're talking about district of late Jackson Hebdo and all the top notch big guys in history. Why are we still behind? Why to even go to District 5 is hard. Why are we still behind? We should ask ourselves, what can we do to make difference? And I think we need all hands on deck, avoid politics, and to be able to build our place. If we depend on others to do it for us, it's not going to happen. So if you see someone, for example, if I see Afonso undertaking a project or doing something in that place, I would try by all means and support Afonso because I know Afonso is doing something that I alone cannot do or one person cannot do. So I think we require a collective effort, everyone from all citizens around the world, both in and out of Liberia, to try to leave politics a little bit and look at things from a non-political, apolitical point of view when it comes to development. That's how I see our district developing. I'll take myself for example. I'm not boasting here, but what we've done, what our foundation has done in that place, or what we continue to do. If we have 6, 7, 8 people foundation like ours, or people like us doing that, our district will be developed in a heartbeat. I think that's how we get our place. City-wise, it can happen. I think that has to do more of from the political side where they decide how to come up with cities and stuff. But I think when it comes to development, cities, we have everything it takes to do that. We got a lot of smart, educated people from District 5. When you go to Dallas, Texas, the amount of people from Tampa there say, we go to Australia, you got all the Buto people in Australia there, right? Buto, we got all the people here in the States, in Colorado, wherever. We got people everywhere. But how do we come together to start developing our place? They had a Booyah organization here. They were trying to start that, and again, for the political stuff, it just don't go anywhere. So those are things that we need to look at. And the only way we can develop our place would be to have people look at things from a non-political standpoint and be able to work together to build our district. The next question you asked, well, what was it? I forgot that. The second question. Can you remind me?
Central High.
Good for Central. That's good. If people go and go build schools, so that's one of the reasons we're building a school in Ban. The school we are building in Ban is going to be more of a vocational school, a technical school, where when people leave from Central High and they'll come there and come go to school and come learn trade. People ask me, why are you building a school in Ban instead of Buto or in Buyao? We got Buto Central High over there. Why can't we work with them and buttress the school effort to be able to? Do we need 3, 5, 6 high school in Buto in Buyao? I don't think so. I don't think we need that right now. We just need to work with schools that are already there to be able to get our students up to par, to be able to have them passing that WISE exam, to be able to be successful when they come from there. And it can be done again with citizens. Instead of all of us looking at politics, we could help with school, with supplies and other things to even volunteer. You leave from here, you get time. That's why we'll mix things up when it comes to our platform here. We'll bring students on here. we'll look for ideas on how to help our people. Great question that you brought up here. So we'll try to make that a little different. So I think we have ways of helping, but to buttress the current high school that their effort by doing anything that we can as possible. Supplies, maybe working with teachers, sending teachers for more better training, providing scholarship to teachers to go to school, that when they go back, when they're done with the school, they will go back to Butu to go teach for a certain amount of years, and then things like that. I think that's how we get our school back to where it's supposed to be, or where it belongs.
Thank you. Thank you. See you. Alfonso, you still got some questions, or I should go ahead and you rest a little bit?
Go ahead, Joe. Question can will let you know.
So I have a few questions. Firstly, I want to start with
You can tell that John hot. John got all the questions. Remember waiting for me. Last time he came, he said, "Just see you coming." Remember said it for me.
yeah, at least people we got to know all of the details about BKS Foundation today. Now, I want to appreciate you again for the school project. You know, this is something we need more of a vocational schools right now in Liberia. But my question now is, according to Mana Eli, she said Liberia educational system is a mess, and I can attest to that. Currently, I can say that because of the places I've been in, and some of those instructors that I sat under both in Liberia and outside country. Now, how do you intend to run the institution that you've built inbound? Are you going to rely solely on the teachers from Liberia, or are you going to mix it up with some foreign instructors? Are there plans for that?
Yeah, the plan is to have, because we want to make it again different. We want to make it a different type of school where our students that will leave from there will be good, because one of our problems we have in Liberia is reading and writing. They will be equipped, well equipped to present us anywhere in the world. So we'll start with students. We'll start with schools. Let's say teachers in Liberia, but it will have to be well trained, well vetted. Teachers who are really competent to be able to do that. So we'll start with that, and from there we'll have people from here going there, but it won't be full time. They'll go there, for a few months to volunteer, and start do some workshops with our teachers that are there, train our teachers for a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, train them and things like that. Then we'll see how things will go in the future. But in the meantime, we'll start with our people from there, well-trained teachers who have the capability, the qualification to teach our students. But then we'll have volunteers from the states that will come there and then train our teachers. So train the trainers.
Good. For politics, you coming from the financial background, let's say the business background, and then you having this kind of big foundation that you're running. One may like to know, where is the funding coming from? Because a humanitarian organization running it, you don't get anything back as a benefit. And one may be asking if you're doing this for politics, or you have some other political intention that you just try to hide behind. All of these questions are in the minds of the people. Can you say something about that?
I started answering that question before you, but no, I started answering that question. At the event, the launching that Alfonso mentioned. I think Alfonso, if you can remember, if you remember, that whole place was politically charged. Yeah, it was everybody thought it was politics. So I think it's just sad in our society that, especially Booyah, right? That nobody can do stuff like that without politics. It's either people doing something, and then after they do it, the next thing you know, they start contesting, right? And I've said it over and over from the beginning of the show. I told you the reason why I founded the organization. So zero. I answer that question almost every time I go. Tankin said I stopped answering it, right? So I've never been interested in, but I'm not even a politician, to be honest. So I've never been interested in that, and that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because of the passion. My story is different. My story is unique. If you look at someone who was 80 years old, they killed his father. He grew up in a refugee camp in the day. He struggled, live with a single mom, no food, nothing. Then God bless him. He came to America. He worked hard. He got to where he is. Not many people have that story. And then from there, I switched it. Then I started the foundation. So it gives a reason why I started the foundation, because I where I came from and I want to give. So that's a legitimate reason enough to do it. But because of where we're from, it's not heard of. A lot of people that yeah, the next thing you know. So they started that thing 2015. Say you were run 2017, 2017 came and passed. So they say, oh, you come here again 2022. You would never hear me talking about it. And then even recently said, well, oh yeah, no, you come and go again. So no, it's not that. So as far as the where we get our funding from, we have our core base in the States here in Indiana. We have our donors. We do fundraiser every year. Every August, the first weekend of August, we do fundraiser where I have people, my friends, people from everywhere coming in. We talk about our project, and then we do fundraiser. Funds from the fundraiser, we use that to cover all the costs of the fundraising, and the rest I use that to go to Liberia and do our projects. That's what we've been doing throughout.
That's great. That's very amazing. Now to the radio station. You are a humanitarian running a radio station. We all know radio station to be something of business. Can you give us a little rundown of how the radio station operates? Is it on a business level or more of humanitarian services to the people?
So it's a community-based radio station that is owned by the BKS Foundation. So when I say community-based radio station, is more for the people, but we own it, right? We own it and we run it. We run the affairs. I'm the leader of it. We run the hiring, the firing, the leadership. We have a board there. My uncle is also on the board. The board reports to me. The manager reports to me, and we'll do that. So the guys who are working there, they're working there. And then the revenue that comes from the radio station is what they use to pay themselves, right? So the radio station is self-sustained. We in Butu. We're not in like Ganta or Monrovia. So everything is in Butu. And then they have seasons where they really make money. Like, for example, like the political season coming up. That's when they will start to start getting a little bit of stuff here and there. So the radio station generates revenue. The revenue from there is used to maintain the station and pay the staff that we have there. But then, it's for the people. We build it for the people of District 5 to use it, but we still run the affairs and we own it.
Now, today's question, when we talk about you coming on the show today, a lot of folks were concerned about this and they made this recommendation that we should ask you. USAID was one of those partners to the university, the Nima University. But this new administration of Trump, those partnerships were cut off. And students want to know, where is BKS Foundation in this minute? Is there any plan on the way for those students attending the Nima University or any other university that USAID funding were and they were cut off?
Yeah, one thing that in our district I learned the hard way is you never make promise to our people that spend when it comes to the student. You want to get in trouble? That promise then you finish, they'll go. Yeah, Nima Community College was our first major school that we work with. We have a lot of our students benefited from us. But like I said, we put a pause to the entire scholarship sham about 3 years ago. We haven't started yet. So that's something that I definitely can take to because it's not just me, right? We have an entire board here in the States that that I report to, that I talk to about the happenings in Liberia, what the needs are and things like that. So I didn't see that coming, but thanks for bringing it to my attention. We can talk about it, off air, and that's something we'll definitely listen to.
I mean, so some of the guys in Washington right now, and I know some of them are hitting my inbox that you got to ask that question.
Yeah, I'm beginning that man. Talking somebody beginning to say, you will pay our school fee, and you want to become a politician, you will pay. You forced to pay. Yeah, but
So,
they actually have people who benefit from it. I was going to Butu one time. on one of my many trips there, and we got to, was it Bang or somewhere? It was Bang. You know, stopped me and my boys, Kevin Deming, Abdul, them were in town. We just stopped, we were doing our thing, and then the Pekin came to me. The Pekin said, he said, "Bibro," I said, "Yeah." He said, "I just want to say thank you. It was because of BKS scholarship that I was able to graduate from Nima Community College. My mom never had money to pay the last school fee. It was tough, and BKS came in and then helped me. I just want to say I'm one of the beneficiaries on the right on the street, and said thanks to BKS Foundation. So we have people who actually really need it, who benefit, but then we also have a lot of beginning that were not using it right, and they were not understanding. Hopefully, the way we've gone this far and we have not gotten involved into politics, maybe people start to understand that, man, this team is actually not political. They just came to help. But that's something that we'll talk off air.
Okay, that's great. There have been we've been posting, because I cannot exclude myself from that. The launching of the TV station will be the 14th of June in Butuo Town. Do you have anything to say about that? What are those plans?
So I wish we had Takbo on air to because Takbo is the one who's overseeing that. So we are doing the official launching of our online platform, streaming platform in Butuo, next Saturday, June 14th. It's going to be great. When it comes to BKS, there's nothing small about it. People love our work, and I'm pretty sure that people will be there. So for those who are listening to me in and out of the district, that this is for us, and this actually will bring more lights to our district. Our district that's already in the dark to some extent. So I'm inviting. I'm not going to be there. Someone called me and said, "Oh, they say you coming to Intel." No, I'm not going to be there. Our team is the one that is launching it. We have Timothy, our Reverend Timothy Sehkar. We have other people on ground. Tako is the one that is spearheading it along with his team. So we invite all of you to join us. Join us as we officially launch our online platform, streaming platform for our people, for District 5 to be specific. So hopefully people show up there and come to support us, because this is for us, it's for them, it's for all of us. The more we succeed, the more District 5 succeeds, and the more our people succeed, the more we bring light to our district on an international level. And back to Alfonso's point, the more people see that, and who knows what may come from that when it comes to development. But we gotta do things to be able to bring light to our district. So you are all cordially invited to our official launching ceremony that will be held in Butuo on June 14th. If you have questions, you can reach out to Takwa Sewa. I think he's on our live here. Takwa, if you're hearing us, you can maybe put your contact information there, or where people can reach, how people will be able to reach you. Also, you can reach out to Junior also, or even Alfonso. Will be able to they'll be able to give you more information.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll bring Takbo on the show to discuss more about the launching program. Now, still to BKS. I know humanitarian organization in Liberia, people perceive it to be issue of politics, but since you made those clarity that you are not involved with politics, you've never thought of politics. But me as a nature too, people say we are all politicians, so I don't know whether you might change your mind in the future or not. But we will want to hold you by your words for now. Have there been any point in time that you feel reluctant that this thing you are carrying to Liberia, this humanitarian work you're doing, people perceiving it differently and they are not appreciating your effort, that you want to just quit it? Have you felt that way before?
Yeah, plenty time. Several times, man. Several times. Even the radio station I was talking about, when we started the process, we started the building and we didn't complete. We were not finishing the thing. The attack came from everywhere. I remember one time there was a barrage of attacks against me on social media. He lied to our people, this and that. I questioned. I'm like, man, I'm trying to help these people. I'm trying to help. Sometimes, in fact, the whole organization that I funded out of my own pocket, my own money. for the most part. And then I'm getting all these. So I start as a human being, you start questioning, man, if I know I wouldn't have done this. That was one. That was one incident. The second one was, the students. Students who, and then the whole scholarship thing too, especially Booyah, man. Booyah is, man, those kids are tough. Yeah, they started going after me. There were time they would take my picture, put it on Facebook, and start attacking me about how I eating that money and this and that. He in America, that you go do the fundraising thing there, and then he eat the money. You see all the white people down there. I remember one time somebody told me, say I should send them the names of our donors.
Oh,
Yeah, I was sending the names of the donors, the email address, and all that one, so they can contact them, and all that stuff. So yeah, that was one of the reasons I actually stopped the scholarship thing. To be honest, yeah, that was one of the reasons I stopped it, because there was a lot of ungrateful kids, who were not appreciating our effort. So that's one reason I stopped it. So I thought about it, and I second guessed myself. So the radio station building, when they attacked me on that, and then the student scholarship thing, those things really got me. And I started shifting our operation. For example, like the water project. No one going to say, oh, this and that. We raise our phone, we go build water, we give it a year, we move on. The school, we have our own school, we run it. The radio station, we have our own station. You come there, you use it. If you don't want, we leave. This platform, you come, we invite you. If you don't want, we put you in the back. Right. So yes, I have had several instances where I thought about quitting. And then when my friend passed away too, the guy he and I started the organization, I almost stopped. But his mom told me that, it would defeat the purpose if I were to stop. So those would be three instances where I almost shut everything down.
great. Alfonso, let's hear from you. I know the CEO might want to go for a little while so we can continue. I don't know, but let's hear from you.
Well, I really admire some of your questions you asked the CEO and you address them. And at least I don't want to be ungrateful on the show. I want the person who, at the time, was the spokesperson for the Booyah student at the nearby university. I think we benefited that year, 2015-16. Yeah, 2016 I graduated. To benefited that year from his financial aid. You know, it actually have been good to working with him in that particular time, because it was a time that some of us were having our last semester to graduate. So the financial issue was not easy. So we saw that coming abruptly. We embraced it, and it was a good thing for us. But now, not not everybody appreciated it, because in every society that things look there, people do good for you. People will not stay appreciate that. So we saw it even during meeting time when one or two they say, "Oh, you don't mind the man bought you guys already, so you all can be kind of want to talk," because they have their own political side. So yeah, just been that way. And other group from Yao will say, since that's the case, we'll go for our own Yao group different. And other group from Nikwe, I will say we'll go for our own Nikwe group different. But we were leaders, so we just kept them together and continues to talk to them. And we left the place, the financial aid was still running. I didn't know that they put stop to it. I didn't know. I just now hearing it. But I think he had to stay think and try to help, because if you mind the student, they almost like the marketers. When you go to the market, everybody want you back for them, so they will call you. Oh, you'll be confused. Like how the student look there. There are people who always, some of them will not, even the teacher say in the classroom, when the teacher correct the paper and give to them, they will say, oh, the teacher not let me, the teacher do self-interest, all of things. Do you know what I'm talking about? Someone from that all around, so we know that it's not easy to certify student. Yeah. So yeah, we want to say thank you for your input, your help to the people, the student community, to the community. Um, but one thing I want you to take into consideration is our female from the district Those young girls that are coming up, majority of them are becoming mothers, early parents, meaning in our district, because there is no other activities around there. After school, they go on the farm. After farm, they come back in the town. Everybody going to bed. No electricity, no how they call it, recreational center, nothing in every town. So each time you go in, even in my own hometown, you reach there. Your little sister you left there 2 years ago. You go, she already get two living children. So it's not easy. We have to be thinking about them, how we can improve those girls. Even though we have plan to improve the boys, but those girls, we need to improve them, and we have to get plan how to improve them. And your foundation need to be thinking about that, how to improve some of our girls and try to encourage them and carry some programs so that they can feel that yes, indeed, education is better, mainly for female. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are all great recommendations there, and again, it requires all hands on deck. And then we look forward to all of us, our entire district, everybody. And I tell people, when you have thing where everybody is part of it, everybody's owner in it. They have that ownership part of it. They tend to protect that. They tend to respect that. They tend to cherish it, and that's what we've been doing with BKS. BKS is for the people of District 5. And I think once we put in more time and effort, all of us, like you saw Junior starting this thing and you just hop on and decided to come and volunteer, and you're doing what you're doing because of love of our district. So if we have more people like you or more people to do this, we will go very, very far. But I do take that into consideration.
That's really great. I mean, today is more of like recommendation, more of questions to know what BKS actually is and everything that our people need to know back home. And I think the major clarity that you've made here today is the fact that this BKS Foundation is not anything of politics. It is only there to help. So I think our folks listening and those of you that are watching the show, you can take that into consideration today. That BKS Foundation is non-political and it came to help our people. So wherever you see BKS Foundation, do not think that the CEO Alvin Sehkar is a politician. He's coming to do political stuff. No, you got to work hands in hands for BKS to move forward. It's non-political. It's not like the other politicians you see in the district. They come to give you maybe 5 cents, 2 cents. I'm not denigrating anybody, but I'm saying this is what BKS stands for. So you can take the CEO word for that. You can take all of the team from BKS. You can take our words for that. That BKS Foundation is not a political foundation or a political organization. Now to the next questions.
John, to just add up, we just want to tell our politicians out there, meaning the district, to make business with BKS Foundation, meaning the radio station, because some of them will feel Mr. Sehkar want to become representative, so they cannot go to a radio station and they will have to maybe be using or Can, Voice of Peace, and other radio station around. So since the clarity has been made now, everybody know that they should be able to be going there to be making business, because it's good that you improve your own things in the district so that everybody there can be improved. So you cannot be going Ganta to be getting information, giving your information about your campaign activities in Ganta, and the district is there. Most of the radio station in that place is not monitored in the district. So you have to make it as as part of your duty to go to BKS and radio station and put all of your advertisement, all of things, so we can see our district improving. Thank you. That's what I wanted to add up.
Yeah, you see, now that when I go to District 5, I go to my hometown, I get safe drinking water, running water from Paul, I would drink it very nicely.
I went to the last time I saw they got 2 nightclubs there. They got one of the club have the entertainment center. They got Shisha. They got yeah. The music I tell you, I look at I different type of
That one tell me I safe drinking water in glass. No problem.
No, but the people I respect you, though. You got hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
Okay, so I mean,
I'm
everybody
just
got a benefit.
I'm
Everybody
just
got to
kidding.
get something. Everybody got to get something. And recently there was, I don't know, a clinic is being built in Butuo. So Butuo is being one of the towns in the district that is actually improving. And I want to appreciate all of those folks from Butuo residing every part of the world that are contributing to Butuo development. I mean, you see the CEO carry drinking water. You know, people at Giona go back to like, I got safe drinking water. No need when I'm going to carry mineral water on me again.
yeah.
I gotta be chilling. So you gotta join me when I come back.
You back your carry there. What are you doing?
Yeah, but yeah, I think our district as a whole is doing well, man.
Yeah.
We're getting there little by little. We'll fix it by force.
Things will be
So
better.
some of these politicians or these will be politicians that are following the show or following the radio station, they might want to ask, I mean, make a contribution like this is a foundation, a humanitarian foundation. If there is any way in which they can help, maybe to buttress the effort of BKS within the district or BKS within Liberia, BKS within the county. How do you think these folks can come in to buttress your effort?
Well, when it comes to protesting our effort, I think the first place our people need to start, especially the politicians, will be the radio station we have over there, right? Because I won't lie, they have one or few of them that have been helping. For example, Koto helps the station a lot. To be honest, I'm going to say that, without any endorsement or anything like that, right? So they can do the same. All of them can do the same thing. It's because the station is for us. It's for them. They use it. We don't use it. I've since that station was built, I've called on that station once. No, and that's about it. I don't use it a lot. I don't use it at all for anything. So they're the one who are using it. And then now it goes way back, and I want to be on area and clearly state that it goes way back, even to the people who are in power today, going back to our VP, our current VP, to the top politicians in Nimba that needed help from Booyah. They all use radio BKS radio, every one of them. Yeah, and they all on Facebook here, and then they all can attest to that. Every one of them, from the national election to senatorial election to representative election, they will all use the radio station. They all use it because Booyah is remote, right? You can't go to all towns. So what they do is you just go to Butuo, go on radio BKS, and people listen to radio BKS. I mean, we all know that. I don't know when last you guys went, but every people listen to radio BKS. So they'll go there and use the radio station, and the people listen to it. I remember one of those senatorial elections, the men even fought at the station. Yeah, they fought. They fought at the station, and they damaged our equipment. And the people that damaged the equipment, I reached out to them for help. Some people just read the message and they never responded. Yeah, I'm not going to call names, but they just read the message and never responded. So, to the upcoming politicians, those that are contesting now, and even I will call it here, those that actually even used it before, I think it'll be fair for them to help with what they need, what they use the most, which is the radio station. There are people that the manager is there, Takwa is there. You also know what we need. So what they need, the station needs. So if they need any type of help, if they think about any type of assistance to give to buttress our effort, it will be the radio station as far as helping the station, the staff there, what they need, and making that radio station the best radio station. I mean, the most reputable radio station in the district that covers almost the entire Nema County except for Ganta.
Yeah, I know you said that BKS is expanding from one place to another, from one sector to another sector, from the media sector to the education sector, from the education sector to health, from health to all of those different sectors. You may mention here that the TV station will mainly focus on activities of the districts. to, you know, bring out those good things in the district, all of those beautiful things that are happening in our district that people do not tend to see on the social media. BKS TV will bring them out. But my question now is, I don't know why this is coming a little bit maybe personal. Is there any plans to extend BKS TV
Oh yeah.
from the corridor of district number 5, or is there any plan to like build a TV station somewhere else outside of a Buyao district?
Yeah. So remember that analogy I gave with when Jesus was about to start his ministry, he started, you know, in his hometown. It's almost the same thing as what we're doing now, right? So the goal is to expand BKS TV. We don't want to be like everyone else. We will want to change our way of operation. Um, and the way we do it is to have our own marketing niche. So while we're starting with Buyao, you know, from telling people what happened in Buyao, being the liaison between Buyao and the rest of the world, showing pictures, videos of what happens in our district. But we do also have plans. Once we get our footing going here, we do have plan of expanding BKS TV outside of Buyao, because we can't just stay in Booyah, right? You know, we got radio station there; it's already there, and then we get TV, and then TV can not only be in Booyah. So our goal is to eventually expand it to have to move it out of, not move it out, but have a station somewhere else that will be able to expand and move it outside. We may not, you know, convey our plans, everything on air now as we continue to build our platform, get more followers and stuff. But we do plan on expanding outside Abuja as we continue to grow.
Great. A very genuine question before I turn on to a fan, so maybe we can take a leave of you, or you keep following the show while we go through part of the developments for today.
When you bring it, DK, you not check with him?
Yeah, I texted DK on Gmail already, so maybe you can help to
No, that man, I couldn't make it check Gmail. Let me text him real quick.
text him that I sent him the link. He can just join us through the conversation.
Yeah, go ahead, Alfonso. You can ask your question. Sorry.
Alfonso, if you got a question, you can ask. You are muted. You are muted. Go ahead and mute your mic.
Okay, he said you ready. So you send the link, right?
Well, I like I said,
Alfonso, you can also reshare the link with him too. I send it to you, but I send it to him on his email.
you did that now. He's muted, and then we tell him.
See what you are muted.
Just go ahead.
Okay. Alfonso, go ahead.
Yeah, and so the CEO explained lengthily what we needed to adhere, and I think it is good that he got a very good dream to making our district a unique and civilized district. The only thing we as young people should be doing now is to encourage our peers to join us, to join the good ideas of our brothers, our senior brothers, to see how we can improve ourselves in our district, and to see how we can improve our country at large, and to also see how we can leave that syndrome of being a war, war-torn country to, a very developed, a well-structured country. That's why we sort of be thinking of now. Like an idea is a very good idea, and for me, I buy that idea. We will try to work with them to see how we can improve the little we have. We will share to see how we can improve our own, environments, and to build ourselves up. It's not an easy thing. It's a very strong feeling. We got a lot of Booyah citizens, a lot of Booyah in Kanta and other places. They are doing very well. But my thinking, whether they are thinking back to kind of build their towns and villages they from? That's a bigger question. And if you go to Ganta, you will see a lot of Muyao citizens having store, shop, businesses, employing people, schools, and other things around. But we need to encourage them to also go back. The issue I was asking him about the city issue and other thing is that as a district, we need to just go together and have a particular region in that district that will be ideally located that we all can improve on while we waiting for the government to get started to us as a city. We can start to improve on the health sector there, the water, the sanitation, and other things. We can even rally around. We don't have to wait on government. We can develop our own city, rally around and bring some yellow machine to put some maybe some street layout, some area for us, and it will be a good thing. We all can contribute that, and we say every citizen that is hails from Muyao out of this place, you are forced to build house in this particular place, and we all do that. You live from here, you got house in that particular town. You live from here, you get house in that particular town. And if you got about 1,500 person going to that town to build house there, meaning we got a city right there. So that's a good idea from him. It's a good idea. I encourage him. I pray that he continue your idea and to move forward. I'm here in the States too with him. I'm in Minnesota. Thank God in Indiana. I think he had to share his personal contact with me so we can be communicating too. Yeah. But John, you too, I want you to also be linking with some of your Booyah brother right there with you in Uganda and also in some part of the East Africa region. And those of them are in Ghana and other places that are going for study. You have to link with them too, so that all of us can be appearing on the show. They can share their view too. Yeah, they can share their view.
I'm doing
Regardless,
that. I'm doing that.
yeah.
Somebody we've been speaking. I think hopefully maybe before next week. We are already in the next week already. We will be able to checking your clock. Or I think maybe you got some busy schedule or what.
So my
Okay.
alarm, that's why I'm checking. It's not time for it to vibrate. I want to take on it.
Okay, that's great. So we will have these guys coming on the show pretty soon, and it's going to be a wonderful show. We started first as a one-man discussion. Later on, you join, and today the CEO do himself, he has joined. I mean, the mentor is going out there. Hopefully, after the launch on Saturday, a lot of folks will be appearing here. These politicians will be appearing here, and we will critique them. Of recent, I want to make this disclaimer right here. Of recent, we had a guy who claimed to be an aspirant, and he appears on the show. And the guy said he attended Cyprus University in the UK. But we did our fast finding that this particular individual has not even graduated from a college, nor has he even graduated from high school. So he said he went to school in the UK, and we did all of the fact checking. He had never even been to the UK before. So I mean, we as a district, this TV platform, we have a major role to play, because one of those reasons our district keep being political, everybody keep attacking everyone, is because we keep putting those I don't want to say incompetent, but I will say it here, those folks that are there to be afraid, because those things that they are not doing when somebody comes to do it, they attack the person politically. But again, we will do all of the fast checking here. For me, I'm not afraid. I don't care. This is where I've been from 2019 up to now. We've been in the media field, so I don't care. I will hit you all over that you think I cannot hit you, and bring all of the evidences. So when we come in your inbox, or you come in our inbox and say you want to appear on the show, finish doing all of the fact checking we're supposed to do. So if we cannot say the real thing to the people, then how do we trust you to represent us? But again, we keep that discussion until they appear on the show. So, CEO, it has been a wonderful conversation. I don't know whether you are busy, if you can stay, but we come and go a little bit.
No, I'm trying to get a man DK on here. But you know,
Yeah,
that man, I could man to get on here. He said I getting the thing I sent it to him, so I'm gonna have to text him.
Yeah,
So hopefully
you can text him.
You sent it to him, right? Did you email the link to him?
Yeah, I emailed the link to him, but he had to open the email to just click on the link, and automatically his request will be sent. Then we can bring him on.
Okay, let me call him. Let me call him. I'll mute myself here.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll call him real quick.
John, just tell him, can you get it? Then you send it to, then you send it through his messenger. The
Yeah,
messenger,
I think
yeah,
that
you
would,
get
that would be great. But while we're trying to bring it on today, the former vice president of Liberia, Manajua Howard Taylor, she visited South Beach. I was meaning I went in South Day. She went to speak to the men, and when she left from South Beach, she was returning home. Journalists interview her. So I want to play some of those recordings from our visit there today, and we can have our little 1 cent on our visit South Beach. I don't know how the folks there are doing. I don't know whether they are okay, but yesterday from the look of things, I think the folks are okay. They carry pillowcases for them. They carry a mineral water, aqua life for them. They carry all of the beautiful things that are supposed to be in a normal house. They took it there for them yesterday. So we expect them to be okay. We expect them to be great, and we are expecting them to be forwarded to court tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be another long day in Liberia, another long day from courts to prison. We don't know. We don't know whether it will be taken home. We don't know yet. But we hope that tomorrow will be another great day in Liberia, and the news will break. But let's listen to what the vice president of Liberia has to say. Let's listen to her. I want to bring her on here, but okay.
Some process of law. You know, he's somebody that respects the rule of law. So we are hoping that the rule of law will take place. So we just need to say hello to you and to encourage you. We know that this is a process of law. You know, he's somebody that respects the rule of law. So we are hoping that the rule of law will take its natural course.
Mr. Vice President, do you trust the process?
But that's a question for Liberia. When they appear in court, then we all will watch to see what will happen. But I believe this is a country of laws.
Tell us your feelings seeing your brother in jail.
It's very sad. Something I never expected. But again, because he respects the rule of law, he's following through.
When you want to see other TD lawmakers, when you want to see other TD lawmakers?
I saw all of them.
So some people are saying that this is a political witch hunt. What do you think?
Wherever the situation is, we will follow the rule of law. Tomorrow they will go to court.
What's that condition like? What's the condition like? The condition of the two of the four of them. How is like?
They are in good spirits. Looking forward to going to court tomorrow.
Madam former Vice President, do you think Councillor Kofa was wrongly placed beyond that or the prison?
I'm a lawyer. And when the cases are in court, I know better than to go and say what I believe. I know that the rule of law will take its course. And that's what we are doing.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
There you have it. She doesn't want to speculate or anything. She say she's looking forward to the process. She pray that it be transparent. They asked her how the folks in there doing. She said they are doing great. They are looking forward to going to court tomorrow. So they are okay. You know, they are doing great. And she doesn't want to speculate. She's a lawyer, a seasoned lawyer. So she doesn't want to speculate. They asked her a question. Believe that the process will be transparent. She says she's looking up to the court. She's looking up to the ruling from the court. What do you have to say about the vice president interview?
And so, John, one of the things with the statement she made, one of the things I heard from her was that when they asked her, she said she was not expecting the government to put this guy behind bar. That was not her expectation. What comes to my mind when politicians made this statement is that they feel exempted when they are accused of a crime to be treated differently from that of poor people, from that of ordinary citizens. That's how they feel. And if they see one of their kinds being handled by the state security, being prosecuted or being sent beyond bar in the form and manner they did to those guys, they feel disenchanted. They feel that it's not supposed to be that way. They're supposed to be treated differently. You know, we read the story called Animal Farm. Exactly what happened in Animal Farm is what or the story, what happens or the narration in Animal Farm is this actual thing that happening in our present day reality. You see, people want to be treated. We are equally equal as per the Constitution's prescription. But people want to take themselves very special because they were in certain position, and that position they were in, it was certain group of people that put them in that position. So the moment in that position, you need to respect yourself and be law about it. So you will not say if the police apprehend you for alleged offense, and the only thing they can do is allow to send you to court, and the court send you beyond bar when there is no bail. You take it to be something to say you were not expecting. They should be expecting these things. These things are just common thing in the society. They should be expecting it. For the people in the cell, nothing bad happening to them. Nobody mistreated them. The only thing was that their title as representative, a former speaker, they were taken by police to cell. And the police did not just carry them to cell, they carried them to court for and the court sent them to cell because there was no bill. The bill was not accepted, maybe. That's a big issue. So if they appear in court on Monday and the court don't grant them that bill, they will still go back to the scene cell until the time until the case is over. But the court had the authority to grant them or not to grant them. So it's not the police or to say the government. I don't know, some of the politicians will come and say the government, the government, the government. I don't know. Are they not part of the government? They are part. If you are a politician in the government and you come and blame government, then who are you? You are part of the government. So every other thing that happens, government people want to blame to say this thing are political, this thing are political. So if you now making it political, but for me outside, I don't take it to be political because I'm not a politician in that line. But you will take it to be political because somebody from your end is being handled by police for crime that the state said they commit allegedly. So the only thing you should do as a good person, in fact, she said she's a lawyer, she had to get a coach chance, a good thing. And she's supposed to be encouraging almost all of parties to also get a coach chance instead of them,
Yeah, well,
making.
actually the next question.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask you the next question. Most politicians have been saying that this is a political witch hunt by the government. You believe that this is a political witch hunt?
Actually, to be sincere, the way the issue took place, it happens when certain group of people have the absolute power over another group. So the group that didn't have absolute power were then protected by the state, security, meaning the majority bloc. And the minority bloc had absolute power because they had the positions in that legislature. We're talking about the speaker, we're talking about committee chairs. They had opposition, so they got order. In fact, they used to lock the place. They say you will not enter here. So the other guys that were like bound because they wanted to exercise their constitutional right, they were being abandoned, they were being suppressed. The state had to provide them security. So on the other hand, the politicians look at that to say that was political. You're supposed to abandon them and just leave them like that so anything can happen. Could you imagine a sitting lawmaker will publicly insult the mother of a deputy speaker on camera? Could you imagine the sitting lawmaker will bust door on his colleagues and say you guys have to leave from here to pepper spray the police, I mean their police. Could you imagine that? To tell you those guys that were in majority, even though they were in majority, but they didn't have the power. So the only thing the government could do is to grant them that security so that nothing can happen to them. But people look at it the other way. But for me, I don't think that's a witch hunt. Because if it were witch hunt, then we had to look back. Judy Bryant, former, how they call it, intern leader of our country, intern president, he went to court. Was that witch hunt? Who witch hunted him? Because he was alleged. Brandon Samuka went to court. Was that witch hunt? If it was witch hunt, then me will say that sedition started witch hunt. Because they say it. Brandon Samuka, Gloria Musu Scott went to court. It was that witch hunt?
I mean, I will have a different say on this. I would not fully agree with you from the point you said the majority black had a less authority and the minority black has the entire power. For me, I will clearly see what happened in the House of Legislature that led to the burning of the Capitol building was a modern coup d'etat that happened in that place. And Richard Nangbekun was very clear about it. He went to one of his constituents and he said he apologized to the people of Liberia. He apologized to the people of his constituent. He told them that we are sorry for all of the chaos that we caused in the House. The reason we did it is because we wanted a regime speaker. And we all saw that happening. We all saw that. Richard Kun was never a speaker in the first place, but then he was given a plate of a speaker. Richard Kun was never a speaker in the first place, but then the entire security forces left and went to him as a speaker. So we will be looking at the root cause of everything. You know, I want to take the side of Madam Jewel Howard Taylor to say we look forward to the process. But this is not going to be an easy case, Afonso. It's going to be a very long case. This is a case that we've never experienced before in the entire history of Liberia. This is a case against lawmakers. Be expecting expert forensic scientists to be coming in Liberia anytime soon, because you will be having those top lawyers to represent these lawmakers. And they will need even though the burden of proof does not lie on them, it lies on the government, but they will be there to debunk or disprove some of these proof that the government will be presenting, or if possible, everything that the government will be presenting to the court. So we are expecting forensic scientists to be coming. We're expecting fire experts to be coming. We're expecting expert witnesses to go and give their opinions on the case. So it's going to be a very long one. But the issue of majority black not having the absolute authority and minority black having the absolute authority, I want to say the minority black, they didn't have any power. Those guys, they stood up. And what happened in the House of Legislature was wrong. I don't want that thing to happen in any other administration. The power that is given to the speaker is a power that, they voted upon. It's not something that they appoint you to. It's not an appointed position. But there was a modern coup that took place. And we don't know why it's happening and why the government kept quiet about it. And up till present, there were some committee leaders that were taken from their positions. We don't know what's happening. Richard Nangbekun was never a speaker. He went about, suspending people, suspending a fellow lawmakers when he was never a speaker. But this was a gang. This was a gang thing. And it happened so quickly in the blink of an eye. And as our eye blink, that's how the Capitol building got burned. So, those folks that did it, we want them to be brought to justice, we want them to be brought to justice. But again, Liberia is all we have. We still cherish our peace. And those folks that keep chanting the slogan, shoot the bull, shoot the this, those are statements with intent. If you can be arrested and you believe that those statements you made, they were harmless, then you are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. But we look forward to the court tomorrow. We pray that these lawmakers, they be granted bail to go back to their family. If they cannot be granted bails again, that's the procedure of the law. The authority lies in the hands of the judge. So I know the lawyers will plead tomorrow for bills. They will plead. But again, we want to say this. Liberia has lost resources. I listened to the police IG. 8 million United States dollars was spent on the investigation of this case. Those money, the Capitol building got burned. It has to be repaired. Part of it got burned and it has to be repaired. So these are all money from taxpayers that's supposed to go to different sectors, but we're using it on few individuals' behavior. So we look forward to the government. We look forward to a speedy investigation. We look forward to the various aspects coming in the country. You know, the good money coming happen. You know, people will go to review the security footage. Forensic scientists will come. They will take all of the evidences, take it to the forensic lab. You know, they check up everything. So it's going to be a very long one, a very long case. But we expect it to be very speedy, you know, very speedy. We don't want to speculate here. We look forward to the court ruling.
Yeah,
Go back to you.
yeah, I know there are some points you and I agree with me, but
Yeah,
sometimes they, when you are had some experience of the past, you look at the future and see how the future will be like. The case with Gloria Musu Scott, the forensic scientists that came to do the last one, everything he said in the code at the time was not granted. And who sent for that forensic investigator? It was a family. So that investigation you're talking about, when they are coming, it will be those lawmakers that are being accused will send for them. Now the government, because the government already get our evidence, all the evidence is to be presented to the court. So if you want to bring you and me, fanatical governor will send for theirs to come and do too. What we'll be saying here is, if you come, because this is a country the country of law, and then the country has its own constitution, and you cannot leave from any country and just enter in Liberia when you are not permitted to do certain things, and you do it there and you feel the court going to accept it. That's why I had some issue with the issue of war and economic crime code. These are some of the issues. So those things
before you continue, let me welcome to the show DK Way. DK Way is here. We want to say welcome, Chief. Welcome to the Heat Hour here. I mean, your coming was a little bit surprise to us, but we appreciate you on the show, and we want to say welcome.
You are muted.
Thank you. I think I've been following you guys. Having had the time to at least join to contribute. This is very good. Everything and anything concerning Booyah should be our pride. We all should join it, contribute towards the upliftment of Booyah. We are the one that will make Booyah great. We are the one that will put Booyah on the map. And I just want to appreciate you guys for doing this. Mr. Wumbo, we could not interact better in Minnesota because you were very busy, bossman. I'm very sorry that you left me without at least attending to your GM brother. So thank you for everything. I know I've been behind Alvin. Oh, let's do this, and I'm here shortly. I have other things to do quickly on the computer, but then I have to say, okay, let me just show face. So you guys can invite at least weekly all the sons of Booyah. Let's do it collectively. Yes, when all of us are involved and we take this platform like it's for us, we all will do great. This is a very great initiative, and thank you. Let's try and reach out to everybody, and let's spread the good news of BKS. Thank you.
I know you're not here to merely discuss politics today because you're a little busy, but we will jack you one of these days to
bring the politics back. Yeah, what kind of politics?
Okay, that's beautiful, you. That's great.
Because all the guys who are contesting are all our brothers, and so I'll be very careful to not take a side. If I would take a side, I will do it from the back because we are all family, buddy. So it's difficult to go. I always best advising people who engage in our local politics, most especially the booyah politics that go really brutal with one another, that becomes very aggressive with one another. We are all brothers, man. That booyah is a small place. Everybody is connected. Alfonso is from Yao Glade. I'm from Yao Nyale. Only Gio, I don't know where you from. My first time
Nyabuto.
interacting with you. Eh?
Nyabuto.
So Alvin get this platform to somebody from Butuo. So thankfully I got your email. I got Alvin email. I will officially submit my reservation about this, so that at least Mr. Wumba can be the host. With this, it can't be
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Yes, you
If
can't be the
there's a
host.
woman,
No,
no problem.
you
We
can't
are
be the host. No,
we-
you can be on a platform. We have to give it to somebody from either the Bio region, the Nimpa region, the Yao region, or the guy that will be a part of BKS, the foundations and everything about BKS from your Butu. Then somebody from your Butu is calling us. If you have the link, you have to send it to us. So that is unfair to us. And everything goes well. We write a formal complaint and we will protest.
now the politician is here now. After swallowing GB, the next thing is to come discredit our whole stuff.
No, but
no,
you know you owe me. So just do the needful. Just do the needful. I will be okay.
Don't put the Batozi on the platform.
Look, if I will promote, if you guys call Deba to contribute, Deba is really good at promoting. If you guys have not worked with Deba before, Deba is very good. If we have people from our region that we are proud of, I'm really, really proud of Deba. Deba can take anything that you give us, she will turn it to become a success story for you. Deba is very good. I work with Deba and I know what Deba is capable of doing. You send a link to Deba, oh, Deba will doing this, Deba will make the thing go wide, and all of us will be proud of her. So I know she sometimes basic, but get to her, let her know. I will reach out to her and say, oh, Deba, we're doing this and we need you, and she will really help. I will also pass that information to Alvin that we can get Deba here. Deba will really promote this show. You need a female here. You need a female that have all the connection from outside there to help to promote this institution, and so that we can have the kind of audience we need. We can have the kind of listening audience we need for our message to go across Liberia and around the group. So Deba is good. I promise you guys, get to Deba and you will be proud of what I'm saying.
Good. I know you have something to do, and we ourselves too. We've gone deep in the show, but let's go strictly to we will give you the time firstly for you to introduce yourself, even though we've been talking about you few. But those that are watching the show that don't know who DK Way is, maybe they might want to know who you are personally. You can introduce yourself.
I mean, what kind of information you want from me?
Want to know where you from? Why?
Okay, sorry. My name is Deep with Away. I'm from Yaonyade. Is that everything you need from me? I'm from Yaonyade, Booyah. Yeah,
No.
You can get dragged me into this Booyah thing. I'm very scared. Like
I was seeing
introduce me.
I was seeing brother is dodging something. He don't want to say he's somewhat yeah. So that where he's supposed to introduce himself from there to come and other thing, he just dodging it. I'm DK where from Yao. You will know you from there, but the other play.
When we say introduction, that's what we mean.
So thank you. I think if you need any other information from me outside of what I said, then you can ask a question. But again, like I said, my name is DK Way. Deep with Away. I come from Yao in Buyao. What is your name? I was a former staff in the Office of Representative Samuel Koga, now Senator of Nima. That almost 10, 12 years ago. So you can't tap me into yeah, it's been years now. So if you ask me questions, it should be question of reason. Okay. Yes. So I served in Koga office as political officer and later special assistant for 7 to 8 years. Yes.
Great. So I strictly to today on the show, we've been discussing since yesterday those training issue in Liberia as regards to those lawmakers that were indicted by the Liberia National Police. I know you've been following those stories online. Do you have any take about that? There have been rumors around some seditions have been accusing the government of maybe political witch hunting these seditions. I mean, the former speaker, particularly, seditions are saying that the government is politically witch hunting former speaker Kofa. Do you have any contrary view, or do you have any say, any take as regards to this, the breadth of this thing from December 8th saga to current situation?
So again, it's a difficult thing to clearly say. I'm a member of the Unity Party, so I know Funati because I worked on Capitol Hill before. I know the role Funati played. So if anybody is aware, the 2016 cyber mining case that involved former Speaker Tyler, former Unity Party Chairman Vanny Sherman, former stalwart of Unity Party that later joined the CDC, Morris Setuma, who was later senator for Bome, were all charged by the government, by the Unity Party government for corruption. The cyber mining case, they said they received bribes that amounted to the amount of 950,000 or so. 950,000 is almost like $1 million. So who was then Madam Seli, Minister of State without portfolio? It was J. Fonati Kofa, Councillor J. Fonati Kofa. Councillor J. Fonati Kofa at the time had a law firm that was doing all the political and legal work for Madam Seli. He was operating a law firm with Madina Wisse, Ellen Special Aid. Ellen Madina Wisse is the wife of Combine Wisse, who was one of Ellen closest buddy and later became senator, I think, of River G. So if somebody is talking about which one, Fonati was Minister of State without portfolio. While serving as Minister of State without portfolio, he was appointed by Seli as presidential task force to prosecute Vanny Sherman, Ellis Starter, and Morris Setuma. So that prosecution was not termed as witch hunt. But then, who was Fonati Kofa? Fonati Kofa was later chair on judiciary that prosecuted and removed Justice Jana illegally from the bench. So Fonati is just benefiting from the soup he cooked for other people. So what difference is that making? When Cabinet Jana was illegally removed, he gave legal advice to the House of Representatives for Cabinet to be removed. So was there a wish hunt for a son of Nima to be removed from the bench that up to now had benefit and not being paid even though the ECOWAS Code had ruled? Was there a wish hunt for Vanny Sherman to be taken to court and even led to Vanny Sherman having a brain trauma? Was it a wish hunt for Ellis Tyler to be removed as speaker and then prosecuted and you are later acquitted by the very CDC government? So the people who don't read history will sit and say, oh, this is a wish hunt. No, it's not. The only thing that everybody will be calling for will be a fair and impartial court proceedings. They should be given due process, and the proceedings should be transparent. I don't care whether you are from Unity Party, when you go to court, the court should rule. The very court Fonati ran to recently is the very court that he going to. So if somebody talking about which one, I don't think it's a which one. Fonati is just benefiting from what he did to other people. And you know, I always tell people, I'm one of the men who have this belief that every other thing that is him should handle on earth, we all should handle it here. That at least when we get in heaven, there will be no long line for people to say, oh yeah, there are the issue with Alfonso here, myself, that's all about our differences. And when we get to before the law, it just be like, okay, my man, your sin was you didn't repent. So Fonati is just benefiting from what he did to other people. There's no wish on. What do you see about Abu Kamara? Abu Kamara was a steward of the Unity Party. It was Ellen who appointed Abu Kamara who is also indicted as Assistant Minister to Transport. Abu Kamara later became Deputy Managing Director for Administration to LPRC. When Sumo Kopi was removed and replaced by Jason Feado Jr., who was Sumo Kopi deputy, it was Abu Kamara who took over Jason's position and served until the 2017 elections. Prior to the 2017 elections, he was denied by the Code of Conduct. He was to contest on the United Party ticket. He was denied. Later, he began a sedition. So what we're talking about here, Fonati, who funded the Friends of Bronski and became chairman and everything for Liberty Party. So those guys, they are not sincere. They jump from this party to this party to just exploit our common people. So people who know history, who know those guys, will know them very well that they are just playing game with us. They are not sincere. There's no, the only person I know might be a pro-sedition that is indicted. There might be decency, but I don't have more information about him. I don't know him like that. But the rest are people who've affiliated with the Union Party. Priscilla Cooper, who is indicted, the only lone female who is indicted along with those people, is a Union Party partisan. But they indicted her. So then where's the wish hunt? Union Party indicting her own lawmaker. So is that a wish hunt? No. So
I mean,
then the court and then they could do what is best for them.
Priscilla Cooper was granted bail on the same night that she was indicted. She was granted bail by her lawyer, and she was released into the custody of her lawyer. Now, the reason I think I listened to some sedition interview. Some of them said that the government has done the issue like they want to bring justice, but thereby witch hunting few individuals among these people. Priscilla Cooper was indicted, and later on she was released to her lawyer to go. So why not the rest of the lawmakers that are currently at South Beach Prison in Monrovia?
So I'm not a lawyer, but here is my little knowledge about some courses I did in school, especially when it comes to criminal procedure law and the rest. There's a Latin word that says the court cannot sua sponte, meaning the court cannot do for you what you should do for yourself. Now, the legal process and the criminal justice proceeding is the court does not go out to look for cases. People bring cases to the court. The court adjusts. So in a whole year, people doesn't make confusion. Nobody will have issue in the court. All of us in Liberia that we don't have no issue with anybody. The court will just be there and they will be taking pay. The only time the court act is then when there's issue before them. Now, the issue with procedure with all those guys who were indicted, procedure lawyer, I think Councilor George Bobo Calando. George Bobo Calando had gone to file a bill for her. Geneto Massacre and the rest of the who representing the rest of the guys did not file a bill. So the court will not do for you what you don't do for yourself. So the court doesn't go out looking for cases. And so when a case brought before the court expect you to have lawyer to represent. And what the state also do if you are not capable, if you don't have the finances to hire your own personal lawyer, the state provide you a lawyer. That's why they have the public defenders. So if you have a public defender there, they are free. The state pay them. They don't work for the state. They just work for us who don't have the money, who don't have resources to hire our personal lawyer. So if you have your personal lawyer and your personal lawyer does not do it for you, nobody will do it for you. The court will not say, okay, say you not get a lawyer, we are freeing you. No, that is a felonious crime. Though it's buildable, but somebody should represent you and somebody should file at least some legal paper. And the legal paper, before they release you, at least it's through insurance bond. So there should be insurance bond. Like, okay, say you are from Butu. Let's say all the people that own the larger cocoa farm Butu should come and stand your bond when you run away. Then the cocoa farm now will stand for you, that the government can use that cocoa farm to reap all the resources. So that what the insurance bond is, you should have insurance companies standing for you, so that when you escape and go, the insurance company that will be in that trouble with you. That's what insurance bond is. So if you don't have all those things there together to submit to the court for the court to review it and approve, Oh, you on your own.
Now, do you think that this incident would have been prevented if the state actors in our country, like the religious community, the executive, if they could have stepped in from the initial stage of the saga, the internal saga in Capitol building? Do you think that this entire Capitol building burning would have been prevented?
So that question should be for Funati. That question should be for Funati and all those who stood with Funati.
I mean, you are United Partisan, and
Yeah,
the
so
current
yes,
government.
I'm coming to your questions. I'm not trying to see how best I can
Okay,
answer your questions. Now,
okay.
I'm saying that question should be for Funati and all those who stood with Funati. Funati was just one person among equals. Funati became speaker because the colleagues voted him to be speaker. Nobody's go to the house or elected to go to the house that they bring you from your district as speaker. Your colleagues go together and say, you are our head. So if your colleagues who say you are our head they decided that, okay, you are no longer our head. We don't want you. You can't force them and say, you got forced to want me. It's almost like, for example, people want to divorce. And somebody say, okay, I'm done with this relationship. Another person say, no, I'm not done yet. Okay, fine. Say you are not done, I want to move on. You say, no, you can't move on. You will hold me here. So what the other guys did was, they said they don't want you. They decided to go to separate place, and you and your team were all with them. When those guys first decided to have their separate session, who all were them causing all the man cause? Were Fonati supporter, the Marvin Cole, the Coro Green, and rest of those guys who were supporting Fonati were the one who were causing all the damage. So they were the one who caused all of this problem. Take for instance, I was in the house, I was working in the house when towers were removed. The snow time, I know I was staying in school and stuff. I was staying in college. Now, when those guys were removing Tyler, for example, they had gone in a very Jones chamber that got burned, and they were having separate sessions. That session was presided over by the late Deputy Speaker, Hem Bashu. Now, when Tyler team came and locked that particular John sessions, you know who gave the order, the boss of John session to have it open was Judge Real Chief of Officer Eugene Landangbe, then Information Minister for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Eugene was the one who took the Liberia National Police with him and gave the order that door should be boss and the people should go ahead and have sessions. He was the first minister who appeared before that particular majority block and get legitimacy to that block. So then what there's nothing new happening in the entire process. This is the political process that was happening. There was nothing new. Everything they did to other people in the past, and I'm saying this because when Eugene was doing that, taking order for Ellen to do that, Fonati was the lawyer. Fonati was the lawyer. So you advised all of the things to do it to other people in the past. And he said, no. The thing is, you have only 26. You can't have quorum. Why you wanted to hold on? Your colleague said, we don't want you anymore. You can't preside or say, okay, I will hold on. Now you hold on. People who are around you they are being alleged that because of you, they went and set that place. It is alleged until the court decide on who did it. We can't say he's the one who did it. Up to now, he's accused. The only thing we pray for is they should gain due process. So nobody could do anything. The executive could not tell anybody, say, you guys are forced to go sit on a Fonati because there was tension. There was a certain group of people who disagreed to sit on a Fonati. So you can't force them to say, okay, Fonati is your head. Go and sit on the man when they said, no, we don't trust your leadership anymore and we can't sit on you. So Fonati is the one that should be answering all of those questions for us.
I know you've previously answered this question, but I want to ask you again. Do you believe that this process will be fair?
No, I thought you said y'all will go in jail now. Y'all do the thing, man. Go ahead.
Do you believe that this process will be fair and transparent? Do you believe that those lawmakers that are currently behind bars will receive the needed justice as the Constitution have outlined? Do you believe that?
So like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but here is the case. I believe that it will be given fair trial, but here is the case that always make government to lose major cases. Our judicial process, and in cases that they allow juror to decide the facts of the case. Now, the jurors are people like us from the community. Jurors are anybody from the community that they take them to decide on the facts of the case. So take for instance, I'm not saying this is the fact. Take for instance, they go select juror of the case and you go West Point and select social citizen. And when they are on the case to decide on the evidence, because they are citizen and say all the evidence government presented is not true, government lost the case. And similarly, the juror, they could go and take social union party people to be juror. And they bring evidence to them that is not clear. Yesterday, they will say, oh, this evidence is clear. And so they convict them for that. Now, those processes have impact on cases in Liberia. Those major cases that government lost is not necessarily because government does not have all the facts, but because the jurors who decide on the facts of the case. Because when government present their evidence, they present it to the juror. The judge is there to listen to them. Now the juror will decide all the evidence that was presented to us, all the evidence was not convincing to indict or convict those people. And because of that, the judge will dismiss the case. Two, if they say, okay, we don't want a bench, that's it. I think they have a name for a bench trial that only the judge decide. So what happened when the judge interest in Funati then? Hey, my man, they think you got bro, yeah. There's nothing against Funati and things. So it's difficult. Only in the Western world where there's a system that you see government losing cases, you know that it clears the losing. Then the next thing is it might be true that those guys did it, but there will be a procedural errors. Now, procedural errors come from the collections of evidence. Now, when you don't collect the evidence through the legal process, you can get all the cases can be true, but because the procedures were wrong, government will lose the case. So the procedural error might come from how police collected the evidence. Take for instance, Alfonso is accused and Alfonso is kept in a dark room, or they take Alfonso for more than 48 hours. And he's under duress and coerced to confess, oh, I did it. Now, when they are investigating you for any crime, your lawyer should be present when they are questioning you. If your lawyer is not present, they get any evidence from you, that evidence might not be admissible in court because there was no legal representation when they were collecting your evidence from you. So the next thing is you provide the evidence without your legal representation, and no evidence will be dismissed. So the case might be real, but maybe the government may have issue with the procedural errors, and the government will lose the case. So I'm just saying, per my understanding, I'm not a lawyer. So those are things that play with the cases in our judicial process. All in all, the people who are handling the case need to handle it with fact and be careful, because Funati and the rest of those guys who are accused have family. If it is true they did that, they should pay for that. If they don't do that, then set them free. If the government blunder in handling the process, set them free. Like for me, I'm one of those who have problem with the police. Your presence in that place, you didn't safeguard the place, because the place was almost like a place that became almost like a crime scene, because there were always tension. So if you were assigned there, your presence was there, you should have provided maximum security. I know there are some lashes, they don't have the kind of resources to do that, but that destruction was huge if they were actually present and they were assigned there. And that thing happened without them having the first-hand information, and they just on, because if you're just looking for evidence without knowing how you're looking for the evidence, then you're on fishing expeditions. Those things lead to government losing cases. I know you're done now, so you're welcome back.
No, we're not done. Oh, we aren't done. I want to give the floor to Alfonso if you got any question, because we want to leave the national politics.
And I'm making a own show, so I ain't tired now. And I'll pay me for this. And Alvin will pay me for all my my expertise.
No, the expertise you gave me is for the district benefit.
What?
You
Who
you supposed to pay up.
I
To pay up.
I've been had to pay for this service.
I mean, Pastor, you got any question?
DK, thank you. I actually don't have question for him because everything he explaining is something that I also wanted to explain, wanted to lament on because the same thing I was just lamenting on the how they call it, how some other government officials during every time were prosecuted, but I didn't actually know who was the advisor or the legal advisor. Now he making me to know that majority of the cases were, it was legally advised by Funati Kofa. That you should also, have another thought that anything you do, know that it had another replication. No, he will also know that somebody will have to do that to him. You see, all of those things happen in the past. There's no wage in the whole thing we're talking. People, politicians will just free made that way, say wage home, because they want to buy the sympathy of people out there. But that's a normal thing in our judicial process in the country. It has been happening. Nobody should put stop to it. It has been happening, so it will continue. So yeah, I just want to appreciate his eloquent deliberation. I like it. He make me to learn some stuff. I'm not a lawyer, so I cannot speak all legal terms. But for him, at least he did something down there in law. Did you get that, you? He did something in law, but he want to tell us. You see it?
My undergraduate degree is in criminal justice administration. So
You see there?
I learn small thing.
Let me go do computer where they say I'm gonna preach law. No way.
You guys speaking all of the
So I'm
legal
almost like
terms.
you because I'm almost like you. I'm doing cyber security now. So I left the criminal justice. I'm doing cyber security.
You people.
I mean,
Y'all pay me for this service. Y'all want me back? Y'all pay me for this service.
DK is speaking all of the legal terms. DK, you were the one that appeared here today and said that we should bring all of the district sons and daughters here to contribute to the show. So I don't think it would be necessary for us to pay you again. But
yeah, so let me suggest when do we start bringing candidates? At least let me know. Let me look at my schedule. We bring those candidates because I think we'll soon be going to the elections. That try inviting the candidates. That cross examine them because they any of them could be our representative very soon. So we need to ask them all the tough questions.
I know the tactic you play in DK. I know you don't want to dive into the politics of district number 5, but trust me, you will still say something about it.
I'm interested in the politics of Wu Yao. I just said I'm careful in taking side because all of them are all brothers and sisters. So taking side that people will be going guata with one another. I'm not interested.
Some way, somehow, you will take side tonight. Let's see how the show goes.
Apparently, like I'm hearing from you, like your CEO is contemplating to join the race.
My CEO is not contemplating on joining the race. Sorry, he's not joining. The CEO is not a politician.
That guy is scared. And let me let you know. If he join the race, I will join the race.
Oh,
is that a threat? But I just letting you know because all the opportunities is for him now to tell us where he stands. What they do is stay dangling on a decision. So the day he will make that decision, I too will be making it. I haven't declared today to contest. I will be declaring. My goal is to cut a vote.
Oh. Anyway, that I know that gentleman, but when Fonati Kofa was invited to the Liberian National Police headquarters, he did something unpredictable, something unspeakable. He took along with him toothbrush. Do you think that he perceived the situation of going to prison or sleeping at the headquarters of the Liberian National Police and then forwarded to South Beach?
So those things are just for public sentiment. I don't take those things serious. And you guys who are in the practice of journalism, we always want to hang on minor things. And by the way, I practiced journalism for over 5 years. While in high school in Monrovia, I practiced journalism with the Liberia Broadcasting System. I became one of the senior reporters. I even served in the leadership of the high school broadcasting system at LBS. That was around 2004, 2005 to 2006. Late 2007, I left and decided to go to college and everything. So Fonati taking toothbrush I think it's non-issue, man. Don't
No,
let us
do
talk
you
about
think that
so
he
if Fonati is
preceded
taking
people
toothbrush,
from going to
there are
jail?
staff who work with him who have been in prison, in jail, because prison, here's the difference. Let me get this straight. There's difference between prison and jail. So jail is for people awaiting trial. So jail term is limited. Now prison is for people who are convicted. So when we're using them, we need to be careful. So Fonati and the rest of those guys are in jail. So jail time is limited. You can be there while awaiting your trial. You can be there coming to court and the rest. Because they have limited time. You can be in jail, you can be convicted and be in jail for lesser time. Prison is for people who are convicted for longer time. Now, there were staff working with Fonati who have been in jail on the scene arson attack. Did Fonati take toothbrush to them? Or they will stay in jail for their teeth to get rotten? The Fonati wife who was deputy
DK.
administrator for JFK take mattresses to those children at that prison? Or only because the husband was going to prison yesterday, then they knew that there was a need for a mattress in that place. There are certain things, don't glorify them. You giving attention to that action. It's a non-issue. Let us not give attention to that. I know generally will say, oh yes, he was prepared to go, fine. But what is toothbrush? He can carry more wash and roll on. Who cares?
So it has been a wonderful conversation on the national scene. Let's drag you back to Nima County and subsequently to our districts.
Y'all tell me the time we're here for now. Y'all tell me the last time now. That know the time.
Okay, we here for at most 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, go. Good. Because that 10 minutes use file for Nima, use file for Booyah. Let go.
Okay, at most 10 minutes. Now, of recent, the president went to Yekipa to let's say dedicate ArcelorMittal Liberia 1.5 billion washing plant that it just built. I know we've been seeing a lot on Facebook, but I want to bring you to this issue of their new MDA, the new Mineral Development Agreement. Do you believe that the government of Liberia, the Nima County Legislative Caucus, and the 55th National Legislature, do you believe that they should sign this new MDA by ArcelorMittal Liberia? Do you think ArcelorMittal their MDA should be extended?
So here is my limited knowledge and opinion on this. I remember, was that 2013, 2014 when there was a major demonstration in Yekipa by residents of the affected communities. There were major destructions. I was among one of the young men who engaged major talk shows in Liberia, in Monrovia at the time. And my thing was, one of the things I took with me to the studio was, when police went there and arrested people, including the former lawmaker, Prince Tupac, one of the major things I said on one of the talk shows with a big Mamadi Jackie there on 2FM was, Nima has suffered political suppressions from past regime, like the Samuel Doe, the True Party, the Charles Taylor, and the rest. But while we were suffering from Meta and the government that has supported the Union Party government, I'm a member of the Union Party, was economic suppressions. You can't say you investing, I don't know, $4.1 billion in the concessions area. When President Baka was going there recently, we saw you passing the road. That's mockery. That's provocation. So they will do these things to Nima. And the critical thing about all of us from Nima here is, like I said in my opening statement, the Nima men will not say Alima Unwe call. They always want to act. They will act and also, oh, that Nima people again. That's mockery. You can't say you're investing 4.5 billion, whatever billion in our affected community. But people are still dwelling in continuous. People are still drinking from the creeks in the affected community. I'm not talking about as far as probably being Doru and the rest. So the next thing is the recent visit and the recent program held in BKS Park. I know the VP was there. To me, it's our brother, it's our senior brother. My hand start as vice president, you flow. But there was no Nima Laidete Caucus member present. That's provocation. Those people are our deputies. We send them to represent us. None of them attended your program. And you expect us to accept your whatever trillion dollar that you are investing in the country in the name of development? No. 600,000 or 600 new employment to give it to the country, which is good. But we are the one that you are leaving the potholes for. We are the one that you are polluting our community. You're polluting our drinking water. You're polluting our creeks. We are the one that will have all the sicknesses and everything. We are for the affected community. Why are you leaving for us? When the community is very poor and you're taking millions of dollars from us almost on a daily basis. So I know very well that that program was a strategy to buy public sentiment. I know it will be heavily resisted by the Nima caucus. I bet they're seeing from most of them on social media. But again, we too as citizens have to push them further. We can do it professionally. We all can do it through engagement. So that we can't be seen like, oh, not violent. But again, when they push us too much, we don't leave our own way go. We can pay our way. You do it too much, okay, we'll pay our debt right here. So that's my take on our concessions. Can we go to Booyah so we can go?
Yeah, let's go to Booyah. Even though you didn't answer the question whether their MDA should be extended, but let's go to Booyah.
So the question is whether the NDA should be extended. We can't extend something that we are not respected.
Okay.
So you want us to extend, but our president wasn't fair. The people, take for instance, Booyah is the only district in Nima that don't have representative, but at least we have senator. Now, the two senators were away. They were staying in the US when that visitation was made. About 3 other lawmakers were staying in the US. I remember Naka was staying in the US, Honor Mercier was staying here, Donwan Grika was staying here. Those guys didn't attend. You have Representative Flomo, Representative Sam Brown, Representative all those other lawmakers, including Representative Musa Bede, the rest of them were not present. And so how do we accept this when people will send our mouthpiece are not around? So who will get all the real deal? So when we agree and others say, oh, that investment is more than that. They are investing more than $15 billion, but they are underestimating that. What do we do? So we're only accepting that we will agree that our representatives and senators will be present and they will report to us about what is in that for us, because all of us cannot gather there. That's what we have representative for.
Great. Before we go to Booyah, I know we don't have time. We have approximately.
Well, you just saying you don't have time. They say pushing me back.
Yeah. What is the current relationship between you and your former boss, the Senator Samuel Koga?
I posted a name myself photo today.
The reason I'm asking. The reason I'm asking this question before we go to the district is something that you will get to know very soon. Now, there were strong supporters, people who supported the campaign of Senator Koga. Now, right after the election of Senator Koga, one of those folks in Armstrong Seleko took to his social media platform, castigating one of those aspirant in the upcoming by-election, Koto Kwagu. In his statement, he said,
Mr. Payne, that's right, not for our district.
Let me learn that.
Let's take criticism as face value. It's not for our district. Okay. That is an opinion. All the people who are contesting, who are desiring to contest for the vacant seat in Buya are all qualified. They are all our brothers and sisters. We can't allow outsider opinion to come in our district. It's intended to distract us. Kota is qualified. Kota is a son of Nima. All those guys who are contesting, if you bring me here 200 times, up to the time the election will be over, up to the time the next election is coming, I respect all of them. Would I vote all of them? No. Would I support all of them? No. I will support somebody from the back, but I would not criticize any of them. And we should not allow outsider to do that.
Now, you supported one of those critical voices in the House of the legislature. Now he's a senator, and he need another replacement. I listened to the vice president recently on Voice of Gompa during the campaign. He said the House of Senate will need someone who is more not of a diplomatic person, but someone who can take actions. And that's why we've known Senator Koga for. Now, my question to you is, who do you think can replace Senator Koga with all of
Mr. Host? That strategy you're playing around with, I know it very well. I think you're passing around with, you're going there. And as a fan to help me, I know that thing you're doing. So yeah is the answer to your first question. You say, what's the relationship between Koga and I? Koga and I are good. Koga and I are very good. Koga and I have relationship beyond his office. Those relationships are personal. It's not something that I can announce here. Koga and I have good relationship. So the next thing is Koga replacement, and who is qualified and who's not qualified will be determined by us, citizens of Buyao. So whether the person is vocal or not, we have to decide. If we have to decide on somebody that will be able to replace a flow fighter, it's up to us to decide. Again, elections is popularity contest. You can be vocal, you can have PhD, you can be everything you want. When you are not popular to get a mandate of the people, it's difficult. You think Joshua is the more qualified Liberian? No, Joshua is the least in terms of IQ and everything. But because Joshua is popular, Joshua became president. And he still have followers who think Joshua should be again. So anybody who will win the popularity contest in Booyah will be. The next we can do is all of us need to put fire behind them, because we are the one who employing them to do the best for us.
I know you said that you will not come publicly to support somebody, but you will support someone from behind the scene. Now, with the close relationship between you and the current senator, what if tomorrow he announces another candidate? Will you be willing to support that person?
So you see, Sam will be here. You now ask one of the final questions, right? Yeah, is the DK men are sitting here. I was a strong supporter of Unity Party. In fact, in 2011, I didn't support Koga. I said there was reason, which is family related. I don't want to say it here. And when I didn't support Koga, there was family. I went to my family and said, if anybody's here that is not supporting Koga, we should not go public with Koga. I told my family the reasons. And in our family meeting, we agreed. And nobody in my family, the other who supported Koga and the rest, I supported really back me at the time in 2011, while I was supporting my Unity Party. I began a very strong supporter for Unity Party. So I didn't support Koga in 2011. Koga hired me in the office. I graduated from college 2012, and Koga hired me in the office as political officer. That's one. I didn't agree with him, and I told him, as I went to him, I told him, I said, I'm not supporting you for XYZ. But you know what? I will not go public. My family will not go public. There are other people in the family that I have meeting with that they will support you, but none of us will have public disagreement with you. I provide him the reason. I was in Samuel office at Unity Party partisan. We disagree. I stood my ground. When Koga then became represented, they were all from NUDP at the time. I disagree. There were some issues Senator Johnson and myself could not agree on. I publicly voiced them. I disagree. So Koga can support whoever he wants. Koga doesn't control my mind. Dude, I get 5 children now. I'm a father sitting 9 years old. Now, I don't want to send my children to school. I don't want to give food money in my house. So I support somebody based on my belief, not because somebody say I had to do it. No, I support somebody based on my belief. Whether Koga want to support you, and I disagree. The only thing I can do with Koga, and I want you to get this one straight today. I have decided that people I have relationship with, whether my former boss, in all my disagreement, I will never do it in public. I will come to you with my disagreement, professionally tell you, okay, this is what I would do, but you know what? I will not say it publicly. So that my relationship with you will remain cordial. I will professionally disagree. Our in Koga office will disagree on so many things. You ask Koga the 3 days you were here, when you must talking, oh, to get on when you talking, I said, dude, this is different. They play at different place. I call you here, we talk our thing, we're done with it, and now that my office style, no, even when our office style, there was certain thing I disagree on. So let get that thing. The only thing I will tell all of us here, young people, in your disagreement, do it professionally. There are certain people that you don't have to go public with. There's a fellow that you make reference to that disagree with one of the who be candidate in our district. Dude, those things are on public, that public record. Everybody got their things on you. So it sometimes becomes difficult for people to trust you, build relationship, have interpersonal relationship with people. You know what character is? You know what my grandfather told me? You know what character is? He said, oh, do you know jumping? When somebody say, by your TV there. Because when somebody call your name and they receive your name with that kind of, the person is reluctant. Like Alfonso. Now, then somebody call you and say, oh, that job. Oh, yes. With that excitement. That speaks for your character. So let us all fight so that our character will speak for us in our action. There's other people who that's their life. That's how they want to do it. But I you see here, I have made friends. I have relationship with everybody that know me. Even if my disagreement with just be the social media thing will go play for. Even the social media, when you're doing it and somebody getting marked and just can't say, bro, this thing was a joke. Don't take it personal. I disengage. When you want to take it personal, the best I can do, I will friend you. Facebook was not here. Facebook not in yard. Yeah. Facebook was not here. That thing people can go and cause people man are not inside.
I mean, you said it all tonight. It was a wonderful discussion. Before I leave the stage with Alfonso.
So it's almost 3 hours. Tell Alvin to pay me, please.
Yeah, we'll do that. You said you won't support someone publicly, but you being one of the influential
Mr. Host, is this part of your 10 minutes? Lastly, that go.
Yeah, this is my last question. You've been one of the influential songs, and we all know that
I'm influential. Don't be my AB yet. I know influential.
You influential. I know you would not want to accept the fact, but the need
the influential man I see you. Yeah, you want to talk about influential man I see you that scared. He refusing to contest.
Leave up Papi alone. So now
I found it from 02. That people are influential.
if a candidate is coming to you, begging you as a big brother or begging you as a son to publicly support them, because we all know that support from other angle, like for example, the name DK Way endorsing you in the
So
district.
let me tell you, if there is a candidate,
Uh-huh.
in Buyao currently that is intending to contest, that I
Mhm.
don't know personally, that I don't have personal relationship to, I'll
Mhm.
be lying to you. All the candidates, I know them personally. We have personal relationship. The statement I'm making here, I'll make it. In fact, I'm supporting all of them. I'm supporting all of them. I'm supporting Dan Yowia. I'm supporting Abraham Kapo. I'm supporting Stephen Johnson. I'm supporting Date Wiato. I'm supporting Takwo Mambea. I'm supporting Augusta Mambea. Augusta Mekua, right? I'm supporting Jason Yu. I'm supporting Jesse Meame. I'm supporting Ejin Soma Kami. I'm supporting who else? I'm supporting
Kotokwaku.
Sansi Mula. I'm supporting Koto Kwagu. I'm supporting Joe Toa. I'm supporting Tagen Wati. I'm supporting Boris Balie. I'm supporting Joseph Wai Jr. Who else? I'm supporting Atosin Guali. Who else? Who else you want me to? So tell me.
That's great.
I'm just telling you, all
That's
the major contenders, I have relationship with them.
I mean, you've break the news already. You've break it that
But you're
one
not
of the
contesting, man. You're contesting Minnesota.
So, Alfonso, before we leave the Siomen DK to go, do you have any question for him? I mean, in
You're not
maybe
gonna
30
question for
seconds.
me. You're not gonna question for me. I won't go.
Well, when it comes to Nimba and Buyao, I will have to have question for him. Um, Mr. Wei, you serve in the office of Honorable Cook, and you left after 8 years. What are some of those things you think in your own capacity and as an office staff of Koga, you can tell the people of Buyao that your office achieved?
So actually, it wasn't 8 years. I think it was less than 6 years because I actually moved in the office in 2012, and by 2017, I was out because I had to travel. But I've been in relationship with the office all through, and my relationship with the office remain cordial. There were lots we did. Alfonso, I want to say is one of the remotest places in Lima. We were heavily affected by the war, and so everything about us was disconnected. And so because of all those disconnectivity to roads, to access to hospital, access to healthcare, education, so everything was broken. It was at zero level. So you needed somebody to put on the map. In fact, when we have Representative Duna was controlling the entire Zoge, which makes it difficult to connect to, because Zoge, I think Zoge have three or four fire administrative districts. So it was difficult. So when Koga became representative, the first task for him was to at least put on a map and put the district on the map. Car could not go through easily, and roads in our place were being made by people who use their cutlasses and axe to fall trees and even make it as a bridge for people to have access to roads and make it pliable. So all of those things was something that we started tackling when the Gare Bridge was constructed and it came to a standstill. I remember we went there when the water was even flowing, and we almost made accident on that, was to mandate the contractor to finish the project. There was school that Dr. Dan, Kadeka Dan, helped to construct in Buyao, but at a certain point, those schools came to standstill. One of those schools is in Yale, one is in Yao Teaple, one in Butu, Deaple, and Florida. So the next step was to get our contractors and see how well they can complete the project. That happened. The next thing was, I remember we took to put our district on the map. we invited the former U.S. ambassador to Liberia, Deborah Malak, to Butu. That was a groundbreaking thing that we did at the time. We took Deborah Malak there. Then there was a police station construction. There was so many things that Koga did. So what I can do is, since I gave you guys email, I will just say I have all of those things there in my email. I can just send it to you guys. At least put it on your page. Those things that Koga did in the district before leaving, because if we don't spread those things, it's difficult for people to know. Koga might not be the best in the eyes of other people, but Koga is one of our best. Koga is one of our best. So I remember most of those major holidays, the 26, most of the major holidays, Koga used them to spend it in the district. And while doing that, there was at least many projects that he wanted to take on those days that he was celebrating the project. I remember we went Bremen play, we went Tattoo for 26. Another time we went to Blale, we went to Florley, we went to Yaotan play, and everywhere I said in our office, either on Christmas Day or 26th Day, we selected a time in the district, we celebrated those holidays, and projects were undertaken. So the list of those things, it might not be in my reach now, but I have everything on paper. But I can send it to you. The best you can do for us is at least publish it on your page. Since I will be, you guys made me a guest. Instead of us talking today, you guys made me a guest. And you take all the strength from me. So I will send them to you, at least publish them for us. Let somebody challenge it, then we can debate it the next time we meet.
Okay, and so my last question, everybody in the district thinking, DK where they were in the office, we did not, see or hear any good thing from them, and other people saying, DK where help Samuel Koga better, but I want to know what are some of those things that you thought would have been done by Samuel Koga that he did not do during his term as representative? And what are some of the advices you will be giving to who be representative to represent, to replace him?
So one of the things I would tell anybody who is contesting, I remember when you are contesting from a remote district, try that you and your senators be in good term. That's one. Two, when Koga then came in 2011, 2012, they were pro opposition to the government. It was difficult for development to go to that region because even in the House of Representatives, when they have that tense elections, they all supported race two way. So it was difficult because when you are opposition, then it became difficult to put your district plight on the floor because the speaker decides what entered on the agenda of the House of Representatives because they supported race to where they were seen as opposition to then Speaker Tyler. So anybody who is contesting in our district, I say, if I'm contesting, if anybody in the race is contesting, if I have the opportunity to talk to them to advise, tell your supporters and everybody that contesting, lower your tone. Don't see yourself as fighting whether it's a senator or other people, because you will need coordinations for our district to be better. Nobody, let me tell you, nobody can take money from their pay to develop a district. People who you see them doing that is they're getting some money through hook or crooks to do that. All the lawmakers, you see, all the lawmakers is paying school, all the personal properties. They either have personal relationship with the executive or they have personal relationship with the speaker, and certain thing is coming to them through the back door, and they are doing that. For be in good relationship with, thankfully, we have the current vice president who is a big brother to all of us. Be in good relationship with them, be in good relationship with two senators from the county, at least development will flow there. At least if you are struggling with anything in the district, they can help push that for you. But when you are alone, sometimes your letter will not reach to the marshal. It will just leave between internal affairs and somewhere there, and somebody will drive out your request to meet the president in the trash bin. Those are my advice. I think it's best to work for people who are inspiring to become representative for our district. Does that answer your questions?
Thank you. Yeah, you just have to answer the best way you think, but not the way I think.
But you so think for me, I think for myself. Look at it.
Thank,
So,
thank,
yeah, thank you.
thank you
Thank you,
so
guys.
much.
Okay, thank you. So I will talk to Deva. Sunday, I don't know my time, but let me know, Mr. Host. I will talk to a few people. Let them come at least get our juice. I need to promote this. This is our own. We can do that and try to bring different opinions. Have some topic when the guests will bring in at least have somebody who can do uh, the flyer for us. I will talk to them as well. At least you'll be bringing a guest tomorrow, posting on your page that this guest will be here tomorrow, or I can come and quiz. Don't bring me here anymore as a guest. Then bring somebody as a guest, so or I can quiz the person.
You from now onward, you are a panelist. The reason why we had to, ask you all of the questions tonight is because we have district number 5 coming, and the name DK Way is a household name. So I know most of these guys have been wanting to come to
So what's
you
about your
personally.
CEO? The CEO that's scared of that.
Leave my CEO. You got personal
I want
my
to tell the
CEO.
guy here today. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you. I'll reach out to other people and I'll let Alvin know. I trust
Great.
him, but I trust most of those Nima women who can help us to really give us the kind of audience we need, and we can bring most of the top guys. They can help us bring up most of the top guys. I will contact them. We all can help. But let me know if you have a number through my email. Contact me. I will text you my number. I'm good at responding to WhatsApp messages. So do that. Messenger. Sometimes I don't look at Messenger at all. So you do that.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim by that. I know.
Yeah, so sometimes you see messenger, I see something I can just put okay there because I feel that a lot can be there. People can send a whole lot of junk on it. So a lot can be there. People can just be sharing. So I don't have that kind of time. But WhatsApp message, I can do that. I will send you my WhatsApp number that keep talking. And I will inform Deva. I will inform other guys who can help. At least they can become a guest. You can have 2, 3 guests here. We quiz them and do it out weekly and help us to share. At least they'll be sharing a message. And we need a lady. You have Deba here, one of the panelists that can be one of the co-hosts. She will help us. They will have a very huge platform, but she know how to mobilize. I will talk to her tonight and talk to Alvin so that we can have people with diverse view and opinion. And we keep starting things. It's very good. Like I said, this is our home. This is our own, and we have to promote this to reach the general population for all of us to put who are on the map, whatever way we can contribute to make our district big. Thank you. I appreciate this time. I'm sending my bill to you. Please expedite the process so I can get my pay before I return the next time you see me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will provide any another time.
If to call me, call me.
I want your WhatsApp number. Thank you.
So that's it, Apostle. We've had a wonderful show today. As always, I want to say thank you again. We exhausted our 2 hours for today. We went almost, let's say, 3 hours now. So let's have a parting statement before we the show.
Like always, John, I want to say thank God that we appear here today. We got like the CEO and our brother, senior brother DK join us. I think if you go to the page, you will notice the the view is increasing because of some personality coming. People will want to hear from them, and that's a reality. He just stressed here that we have to get some influential, Nibans and some citizens from Buyao to also be sharing their view, also be bringing in as a guest or co-guest and other thing or co-host maybe, so that we can make the platform a very good one.
I mean, you already have focus already, so that one
Yeah,
is
we actually had to like try to talk to the station back there in Buyao to be relaying this, on the video. While we got the TV, then they relaying on the video. They should get a specific hour, maybe in the evening hour like this, and people will be listening to it. I think it will be a good thing while we disseminating information to people. It has been a good time. I admire all of the points stressed here. And I know you're supposed to be sharing the timetable with those people that come in the hint DK where you just share the timetable with him every evening at this at certain time so that he can adjust himself because majority of them here got 2 jobs, some of them working I know whom and other things. So you got to do that so they can know their schedule and adjust themselves. So we say thanks to the people of Booyah, thanks to Liberia, thanks to the people of Nimba, and thanks to you as well.
Thank you so much, Afonso. It's always good having you on the show. I can confirm that you are a co-host of the show. The day I'm not available, I will give you the link so you can continue the show for us on our behalf. So I'm grateful having you here as always. We meet again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, I mean, folks, it has been a wonderful, wonderful show here this evening. I'd like to say thank you to all of you who share your thoughts, those of you who comments. We're not able to read all of your comments tonight. Those of you who were joining, we want to say thank you to all of you. It has been a wonderful, wonderful, good show. We always come here at 8 o'clock Liberia time and 10 o'clock running time to discuss issues affecting our country, our county, and our district, specifically district number 5. You know, this is the heat hour here. On the heat hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullets. So no matter how the conversation gets heated, we do not disrespect other people's opinion. We do not disrespect individuals on the show. We remain here to serve our people. So thank you for the show tonight. I've been your Homo 7 and your host, Junior Pink. Catch it up tomorrow, same time and same TV station. Thank you so much for the time.